FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over, the Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden in Boston, it's Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins returning home and hoping for a return to their winning ways as they face a team that they shut out just 7 days ago, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Great to have you with us. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. 15 games to go in the regular season schedule. The Bruins still just 2 points out of a wild card spot. But after back-to-back wins over Tampa Bay and Florida last week, Bruins dropped a 6-3 decision on Thursday in Ottawa. Coach Joe Sacco said before that game the start would be important, but then watched his team fall behind 4-1 in the first period.
Well, I think it's important that we are ready to play every game. I say this all the time. We want to make sure that, we're ready to play, that we're here to play. And, yeah, especially with an offensive team like Tampa, who, like you said, I think is, dangerous. Number one, offensively, they're very dangerous off the rush in zone. We have to be sharp. We have to be executing, like I just talked about, executing well on our breakouts, handling the pressure, and then making good decisions with the puck early on, playing behind, establish a forecheck game, and just be ready that, the attention to details are going to be important here, especially early on.
Well, you have to be dialed in the defensive side of things against Tampa. They can score. We know that. They were against Tampa down when they played against them last week. That area of the game has to be sharp for them. They've got to be stingy with the opportunities that they give up, and they have to be better prepared than they were against the Ottawa Senators. You had a couple good games. You had to come from behind against Florida, but you had a good game against, and it was a good win. But you also had a solid performance against the Tampa Bay Lightning, a game where you had a 1-0 lead for a while there, and then got a nice bounce, which you deserved after the Carolina game, and you go on to a 4-0 victory. So, I mean, Tampa's, you expect them to kind of pull out of this fog that they're in. They were on a good roll, and the Bruins ended up beating them. And now John Cooper's not happy at all with them. They had a hard skate yesterday. He's jumbled up all the lines. So this is, I expect them to be much better here today than maybe they were last week. So it's even more important for the Bruins to be dialed in those areas.
Well, on Thursday night, Jeremy Swayman got the start. He was pulled after giving up 4 goals on 15 shots. Joe Sacco planning to go right back with Swayman tonight.
I think so. Yeah, I think we feel like he needs to get back in there, and we want to make sure that we have a good response as a group here tonight, especially the first period from last game.
Well, if the Bruins are going to make a run, this is your number one goaltender.
Yep.
You need him going if you're going to make a run. And that game the other day, he was not terrible, but he had a couple of goals that got by him that you need him to come up with a save on. I mean, there's no question. And if that game is 2-1 going into the second period as opposed to 4-1 going into the second period, I think the mindset changes quite a bit. So, and he owns that. He knows that. And, I think it's just an area right now where, yes, the Bruins want to cut down on certain, spots, not being able to get the puck out of the zone, unforced icings, things like that. When you're not sharp, those are the types of things you see. Turnovers in bad places, not being able to handle a forecheck coming at you. And I think they were all on display the other day for parts of the Florida game early, and then especially in that game against the Ottawa Senators.
Well, the Bruins have still been working in some of the new faces acquired at the trade deadline over the last 3 games. Casey Middlestat has been a point contributor in all 3 games that he's played in a Bruins uniform, including getting his first goal on Thursday night. And Sacco likes what he's seen from Middlestat so far.
Yeah, no, I think he continues to improve each game, and he's getting more comfortable with how we play within our systems, and you can see that his skill can take over at times.
Yeah, 3 points, 3 games. Got his first goal against the Ottawa Senators. you know, in all honesty, he's not playing with, you know, the elite wingers either. I mean, you get recently Lauko comes back in, or playing with Kepke, excuse me. You know, usually Kepke's going to be on that fourth line. And Lettieri, he's a good American Hockey League player. He's done some good things up here. He's not an everyday NHL player. At least he hasn't been throughout most of his career. So, you know, and he's still putting up some points. He is playing first power play, talking about Middlestat. He's got a really good head for the game, it seems like, especially offensively. And then he's working to really acclimate himself at the other end of the ice as well, learning the system a little bit, but they don't want to overload him with the amount of information. They want him to play and be creative, because that's kind of when he's at his best, but also being cognizant of your own zone. So, you know, there's some things that he's still working on, and some of that changes when you come to a new team. And, you know, we said he's been shell-shocked for a few years playing in Buffalo there, and then got the trade to Colorado, and for various reasons, it didn't quite work out for him, but very good start to his tenure here in Boston.
Yeah, we've seen him make a couple of really nice plays to set up goals in addition to the one that he scored the other night. Meanwhile, you know, Thursday night's loss for the team, definitely a bump in the road as they battle for a playoff spot in the East. Mason Lohrei said, you got to put it behind you quickly.
You worry about the next game. I mean, that's all you can do. We'll, you know, review film and learn from it, but, you know, got to be ready to go from puck drop next game.
Yeah, Mason Lohrei is a guy that continues to learn and continues to try to put it together. He's probably getting more minutes than he normally would, or he definitely is getting more minutes than he normally would at this stage of his career. You know, he's shown the offensive side and how dynamic he can be in that offensive end, but you know, defensively, he's still got a lot to work on. And, you know, for him, you know, he was -4 the other day against Ottawa. You look down at that; that's a tough number to stare at for a couple of days. You know, but he seems like a guy that can. He is a guy that can park most of some of his mistakes as long as he learns from them, you know. And they weren't on, all the goals were not on him, right, by any means. But, you know, he's out there for an empty netter. So there's ones that, you know, it's not always going to tell the whole story, your plus minus in a game. But, you know, for a younger guy, getting those minutes and in critical games, and then you have to look at a -4 on that score sheet for a couple of days, you know, there's some video to go over, and you put your time in, and you know you've got to devote. He's got to devote a little bit more time in the defensive zone in terms of how he plays, and really kind of dive into what areas he can get better on inside his own end.
Tonight's Storylines brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealer. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Coming up here on our Bruins pregame show, we'll go around the NHL, including the Blue Jackets trying to hold on to a wild card spot.
It's exciting. I think it's fun for our group to try and win these games and get into the playoffs. It's going to be a battle to the end, but I think we're ready for it.
We'll preview tonight's matchup with head coach Joe Sacco.
We just have to focus on the process here tonight against a really good hockey team that's probably desperate for a win here tonight.
And up next, we'll focus on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Here's Atkinson against his shot. Scores! Cam Atkinson in his return to Philadelphia ties the game 3-3.
That's all coming up here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ocean State Job Lot is honoring community heroes with First Responder Deal Days March 13th through March 19th. Every first responder and public safety professional who is a Job Lot insider can get 40% back as a crazy deal gift card when they spend $20 or more. Visit OceanStateJobLot.com for full details. To all the brave first responders who step up every day, Ocean State Job Lot appreciates your service and thanks you.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Oliver Bjorkstrand, the newcomer. He's 6 for 23 in his career. In he goes. Ersson the save, and the Flyers win the hockey game.
Back here at TD Garden, where the Bruins get ready to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning, who sit in third place in the Atlantic Division. They're 2 points behind Toronto for second. They're 4 points ahead of the wild card leader in Ottawa, who's in fourth in the division. But John Cooper's Lightning have lost 3 in a row. 4-0 loss to the Bruins last Saturday, and a 4-1 loss in Carolina on Tuesday, and a 4-3 shootout loss to the Flyers on Thursday night. And Cooper feels like that one should have had a different outcome.
We had 15 even strength shots on goal for the game, and we had the puck way too much to just have that. Yeah, we're gonna, the boys are working. They're just, it's like the harder they work, not much is getting done. But in the end, we left a lot of plays on the table, and ultimately you do that, the game's in the balance, and that's what happened. We lost the extra point.
Yeah, he's not happy with his team. He didn't really get into it right there, but when he backskate a team at this point of the season that's in third place, he feels that they're not playing hard enough with designs on catching Toronto and or Florida. And then, what's going to happen there is, let's just say, for example, Florida finishes first. Tampa's playing Toronto in the first round. One of those teams is going home. So out of the 3 teams, you're going to have a very good team going home in the first round. And I think the preference would be, without everyone going and saying it, because you don't want to say, well, yeah, we want to finish first, so we don't have to play one of these teams. We get a lower team. That happened to them once before, and that was Columbus when they were the President's Trophy winner, and Columbus swept them. So, be careful, but you also want their team playing well. And he feels that they've been taking too many shortcuts in the last little while, these last few games. They were on a great run before the Bruins beat them. I think it was 11-1-1 before the Bruins walked into their building and beat them. They haven't been a good road team this year. They haven't been they've been okay. They haven't been that good on the road, and they haven't been good within the division. So those are a couple areas that, I think John Cooper's trying to get out ahead of, because you've got some games coming up with teams that, that are divisional games.
Yeah, they're a game below 500 on the road this season, 14-15-3 as they come in here tonight. And, they struggled offensively in those 2 games against Boston and Carolina, came back a little bit against Florida, but Braden Point said they still need to get back to a different mindset.
I think just the kind of the lack of the shooting mentality, and we didn't have a whole lot of zone time, especially in the first 2 periods. I think we had 7 shots each period, so that's not what we want. We got to be better in that area.
Yeah, I think more of a shooter's mentality. Braden Point's certainly a guy that can do that. But it's interesting, John Cooper, he's changing up all the lines. You've had Point and Kucherov playing together for a while. They're not going to play together here today, at least to start the game. That could change. But he's trying to send them a message. He's trying to shake things up a little bit for his team. You got Vasilevsky's a workhorse for them. He'd been on his game. That winning streak that they had, he had been playing extremely well. The last time the Bruins played against Tampa last Saturday, Victor Hedman did not play in that game either. And Kucherov looked like he was a little, just didn't. He wasn't the Kucherov we're used to seeing.
Right.
He missed last game because he was ill.
Right.
He played 2 games ago, but he finished the game, but you can tell he wasn't right. So he's had a couple of games here where he hasn't really been on it, and he's a guy that's driven, motivated, expects to score whenever he's out there, expect to get scoring chances whenever he's out there. He can run pretty hot too. You watch him and he gets a little frustrated. So, it'd be important for the Bruins to try to be physical on him and not allow him to freewheel.
Bruins and Lightning coming up here from TD Garden. Coming up, we will go around the NHL. We'll get some of the other action on this Saturday night. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines as well. Coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And we cut to size. Because just like taxes and BS, we think metal is better when cut. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Find a store or shop online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer, no conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Get ready for a call-up and join the Bruins ticket waitlist. Check that their season ticket waitlist to gain access to season tickets in priority order as they become available. Plus, score priority access to ticket pre-sales, be the first to hear about the latest Bruins news and merchandise drops, and receive a dedicated account executive to address your needs year-round. Visit bostonbruins.com/waitlist to learn more and secure your spot in line. Celtics up 43-32 currently at Brooklyn playing the Nets. Red Sox, they lost today. Chris Sale and the Atlanta Braves by the count of 7-3. Alex Bregman homered. Tristan Cassis homered. Rafael Devers saw his first game action of the spring and went 0-for-3 with a strikeout. Some NFL news, the Atlanta Falcons, they're keeping Kirk Cousins, triggering a $10 million roster bonus. J.J. Spawn is your current leader at 12 under at the Players' Championship. Duke star Cooper Flagg, according to the NCAA, will be available for the NCAA tournament after sustaining an ankle injury during the ACC tournament. And the Bryant Bulldogs, they were one of the first teams to punch their ticket to the big dance when they beat Maine in the America East Championship game on Saturday by the final of 77-59. Coming up next, Ryan and Bob go around the NHL on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer. I'm Mark Dondero.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. and we cut the size. Because just like taxes and BS, we think metal is better when cut. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or shop online at metalsupermarkets.com.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico, expertise for your motorcycle.
All right, back here at TD Garden, Bruins and Lightning coming up as we go around the NHL. A couple of finals from earlier today. Buffalo Sabres with a comeback win in a shootout, 4-3 over Vegas this afternoon. The Pittsburgh Penguins scored 4 goals in the third period to put away New Jersey 7-3. One game in progress. That's Washington with a 3-0 lead on the road over San Jose. Looking at tonight's action, 7 o'clock face-off up in Toronto. Ottawa's in town. Travis Green's Senators have won 5 in a row.
It's like playoff hockey right now for a lot of teams in the league. And the ones that can stay consistent with finding their own personal team's game are going to be the ones that get in.
Yeah, Ottawa Senators have put it together, right? 5 wins in a row. They looked really good in the first period the other day. Maybe they took the foot off the gas a little bit as that game went on, and the Bruins tried to battle their way back into it. But, you know, Ottawa's gotten to the point now where they're only 4 points behind the Tampa Bay Lightning, because Tampa's struggled a little bit here recently with the 3 losses. And they're putting everybody else in the rearview mirror. 5-point cushion now between them and the Columbus Blue Jackets and the New York Rangers. So playing some really good hockey, and Bruins saw that firsthand.
Florida Panthers in Montreal tonight. Brendan Gallagher and the Canadians are in the thick of the playoff hunt.
You know, you're going to see the intensity level pick up here as we get closer to the end of the season. I think these points are critical for everyone. So it's fun games to play in. Obviously, we want to be sharp. We want to be at the top of our game and embrace the challenge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for Montreal, I don't know. Did people expect Montreal to be in it? I'm sure everybody in that locker room did, you know,
yeah.
But, you know, I think most people figured that they'd be close, and that's where they are right now. And it's been a little bit up and down. It's been a little inconsistent. They go on this run, and you're like, okay, they're going to make it. And then next thing you know, they're losing 7 out of 8. You know, so it's kind of gone back and forth. Now they're back in the hunt again, going 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. And they put themselves right in the conversation with these other teams around them.
And a big one in Columbus tonight. The Blue Jackets hosting the Rangers. Zach Werenski and the Blue Jackets have a game in hand on New York, but they're tied for the second wild card spot.
It's going to be a battle to the finish. It's definitely ramped up here these last few games. I feel like we're aware of it. Obviously, it hasn't gone our way or gone as we would have hoped, but it's exciting. I think it's fun for our group to try and win these games and get into the playoffs. It's going to be a battle to the end, but I think we're ready for it.
Yeah, Werenski's been a horse for them all season long. He's been so good. And I also saw somewhere, and we were just talking off the air, Ryan, Columbus also has 3 games left before the end of the season against the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
So, they're in control right now of their own destiny anyhow. They're going to put these wins together. They had played Detroit in those games, the outdoor game. They played them back-to-back not that long ago. But this one obviously a big one today with the team that's right with them in the standings.
That's our look around the NHL. We'll hear from Bruins head coach Joe Sacco next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Warning! Inflation is back on the rise. The national debt is spiraling out of control. The stock market has been at an all-time high, and wars continue to rage across the globe. Experts are predicting a massive economic crash for 2025, and you should be ready. Will you sit on the sidelines and wait, or will you take action today to help protect your hard-earned retirement savings? Right now, you can get a free gold and silver kit from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, where you'll learn why tens of thousands of hardworking Americans and even the world's central banks are turning to precious metals to help protect and diversify their money. Get your free gold and silver kit from Goldco by calling 855-GOLD-IRA. You could even receive up to a 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Don't let your financial future slip through your fingers. Learn why so many Americans are diversifying with gold and silver today. Call 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Joe, you get set to take on Tampa Bay here today. I know you weren't crazy about the way that the game went the other day against the Ottawa Senators, especially at the start. But you take 2 wins out of 3 during the week. Is it a spot right now where you can try to, emphasize the positives, or do you really kind of harp a little bit on the way that Ottawa game went?
I think it's both. We have to take a step back and say that we played some good hockey, even going back to the Carolina game, even though the result wasn't what we wanted. But you look at the games against Tampa and Florida, we played a good hockey game for the course of 60 minutes. Last game was about 40 minutes or so. It wasn't enough. We just didn't play well enough in the first period as a group, everyone. And so, there's some teaching moments from that game that we can apply into tonight, which we've already talked about with our guys moving forward, like we always do. And just shift our focus now to Tampa.
You've got some new faces, obviously, in the lineup. You've had 3 games now to evaluate a little bit. You talked a little bit about Middlestat this morning. How do you evaluate his game? I mean, he's new surroundings, third team for him. He's a high pick. Where do you see his kind of upside and ceiling?
It's hard to tell just after 3 games, but getting a better read off of each game. I think that when we look at him as a player, certainly he's a guy that can create and generate offense, whether it be off the rush or even possessing the puck in the offensive zone. He sees the offensive side of the game well, and what's been good for us is to see his commitment working back, when we don't have the puck. His tracking and his reloads have been good, something that, we take pride in, that we value here. So that's been a good sign. I think he's going to get more comfortable with each game he plays, each game goes along here within our system. And I said this before, we're not trying to paralyze him with too much information. It's a little bit more of each day so that he gets an understanding of what we want, but at the same time letting him do his thing with the puck and letting him play his game offensively. When he doesn't have the puck, obviously he's got to figure out what we're trying to do.
Kusnadinov, another guy, Kuzi, or I guess you guys are calling him. But
Kuzi or Kusti.
How would you evaluate his game? He's scored his first goal as a Bruin.
I've liked the way he's played. Yeah. I do. I think, again, it's not unlike Middlestat where there's some offensive upside there with Kusti. I think that he's on pucks quick. Like he gets on top of people quick, whether it be on the forecheck. Last game he had a couple of really good forechecks where he turns some pucks over. He supports the puck well coming out of the zone. He works towards the puck. He uses his speed effectively and scored a nice goal there against Ottawa. Quick release on a breakaway. So again, with him too, it's the same thing. It's some offensive upside there, some speed, some quickness to get on people and get on pucks, and just his attention to details away from the puck. And it's not that he's not committed, it's just learning how we play.
Tampa here today, you just played them. You touched on it or alluded to it a little bit here at the start. What did you like most about your game against the Lightning and what you guys did against them, and what do you have to apply here today?
I liked our puck decisions, number one. I liked the way that we defended 5-on-5. I liked the way that we competed in the trenches. Like, basically what I mean is, like, from the dots to the boards or around our net front or in the back of our net. I thought we competed hard in those areas. So those three things I liked. I think we can apply it to tonight's game. But we just have to focus on the process here tonight against a really good hockey team that's probably desperate for a win here tonight. We've got to be disciplined. We can't take too many penalties. In Tampa, we took 2 in the first period. We killed them off. But you're asking for trouble. We want to make sure we're disciplined. We're playing a hard game, but it's between the whistles.
The last question then for you. Just how do you control your team not getting caught up in the moment, looking at the standings every day? When you talk about the process, just concentrate on what we can control today.
Well, I just think it's just that. It's okay, we have an opponent tonight. We prepare the same way. We don't change how we prepare in the morning, whether it be special teams. In the evening, we get ready for the 5-on-5 portion. We don't look at the next opponent or the last game we played after we've done our team review. But really, not much has changed. For us, it's about the process, and it's about the focus of the players, right? Like understanding the importance of each game. If you're trying to look and guess, well, you're going to need this many points or this many wins to get in, it takes away from you staying in the moment, and that's what we're trying to do, is just stay in the moment, embrace the challenge that's ahead of us, because it's a challenge, and we're going to try to do the best we can.
All right, thanks, Joe. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks.
Let's go Joe Sacco, Bruins Lightning are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Media Group Station.
The Bruins travel to Ottawa Tuesday knowing a fast start would be needed if they wanted to extend their winning streak. But less than 4 minutes into the game, the Senators struck first and never looked back. Here's Pinto, a turnaround shot. He scores from the near circle. Kachuk got it across, and they score. Batherson from the left circle. But Terry couldn't get it out of his own. Pinto, a shot, and they score on the rebound. And Ottawa makes it 4-1 here in the first. Now the Bruins return home, still clinging to their playoff hopes, but waiting on the other side is a Tampa Bay team they shocked last week in a 4-0 shutout. The Bruins and the Lightning coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. A chance in front, score, and it's Geeky again.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, Bosch Tools, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning getting ready to wrap up their season series. We expect a better effort tonight than we saw out of Tampa last Saturday. How do the Bruins counter that?
And a better effort by the Bruins than maybe they had against Ottawa, especially early on in that game. Tampa's changed up all their lines. I expect them to be much better here. They've lost 3 in a row. John Cooper's trying to get their attention. So the Bruins had a strong game against Tampa a week ago. They're going to have their details in order if they're going to come out on top here today.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you taking steps to help protect your money from the potential impact of world war? Russia and Ukraine, Israel, Gaza. We've seen threats from Iran, and now Syria has been taken over by extremists, putting the entire region at risk. The question is, how much more international conflict can we handle? And what impacts will these conflicts have on the global economy and your retirement savings? Right now, thousands of hardworking Americans are turning to precious metals like gold and silver to help them protect their hard-earned savings. You may not be able to control these global conflicts around the world, but you can control how you diversify your money. And that's where gold and silver could help. Right now, you can get a free gold and silver kit from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. On top of that, you could get up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver, but only while supplies last. So don't wait. Call 855-GOLD-IRA to get your free copy today and find out if you qualify for up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. One more time, 855-GOLD-IRA.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with the national anthem. We get set for the Lightning and the Bruins. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning is Andrei Vasilevsky. On defense, the pairing of Victor Hedman and J.J. Moser. Up front, Brandon Hago, Anthony Cirelli, and Nikita Kucherov. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman getting the call in goal. Nikita Zadorov and Henry Jokiharju on defense. And up front, Jacob Lauko, Elias Lindholm, and Marat Husnudinov. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
And the first 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first five contestant of the game is Dave Henry of Northborough, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Dave will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will go from left to right offensively here in the first period. Tampa offside just 4 seconds in as they try to gain the Bruins blue line, so they'll face it off again just outside that line. So Elias Lindholm matches up here with Anthony Cirelli. Boston in the home black sweaters, black helmets and pants. Lightning in white helmets, white sweaters with blue numbers and blue pants, and we are back underway. Puck go across to the far side, and Lindholm will drive one in. Vasilevsky takes it behind the net. Gave it to Hedman in the corner. Out to neutral ice for Kucherov. Floated it to the right side, and Moser will dump it deep into Boston territory. Skip past Swayman, who went behind the net to try to slow it up. Kucherov knocked down by Lindholm as he tried to corral the puck in the near circle.
Yeah, puck was at his feet. He was a little off balance. Lindholm took advantage there.
Puck sent out into the neutral zone. Lauko deals over to Yoki Harju, and from the red line, he dumps it around the glass. Pasternak first to it in the far corner of the Tampa zone. Poked off his stick. It'll be Hagel to backhand a floater through neutral ice, settled by Lohrei, and gives it to Andrew Peeke. Long pass up the right side, finds Geekie, and he's in across the Tampa line. Battling along the near wall against McDonough. Gets some help from Sacco on the hash marks. Get it back to Peeke at the point. His shot, and the save made by Vasilevsky. No rebound.
Yeah, good shot, though. I mean, you got bodies getting to the front of the net, rotating there. That's Geekie that was just about there, but Vasilevsky able to track that wrist shot from the point and make the save, but it all starts with a battle one along the wall. Now on the other end there with Jeremy Swayman. He's been pulled twice this season. His numbers coming back after being pulled, excellent.
He's given up 1 goal total in the 2 games, and 1 shutout and 2 wins. Face off, won by Geekie along the near boards. He and Zacha trying to push it back deeper. It'll be taken by Chernak going behind the net. Pasternak giving him some trouble along the far side boards. Geekie out near the blue line as well. Batted a little deeper by Lohrei, and McDonough will go into the corner to play it. Sent around the near side wall. Peeke forcing Bjorkstrand a little deeper, but now played back out into neutral ice. Lohrei dumps it right back in. Bruins getting some changes on. 90 seconds gone here in this first period. Long pass to neutral ice, tipped ahead by Gonsalves. It's deep into Boston territory. Wotherspoon angles it behind the net. Mitchell kept it moving. Middlestat with a pass that bounces off Koepke coming through neutral ice, and that's going to kick down for an icing here against Boston.
Yeah, right play. Just couldn't execute it. Tape to tape. Ended up being off the skate of Koepke. Thought maybe he could handle that, though. But he's got speed coming through the neutral zone. If that pass is on the tape, almost won the race for the icing as well.
Instead, a face-off to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Middlestat against Yanni Gord. Here, circle down to our left. They drop it. Middlestat won it.
With Point and Gensel today.
You said John Cooper mixing things up a bit. His team having lost 3 straight. But carried back into the Boston zone here by Gensel along the far side. This is Point. Hands it down the wall. Herbix threw under the net. Save made Swayman. Taken and brought ahead for Lettieri, who takes a hit. Able to get the puck out of the zone. Perbix regains here for Tampa. Ward back in across the line.
That was Lilleberg with that hit.
Gensel with a shot that redirects a couple of times, bouncing toward the crease. No one can find it. Now it's dug free and sent back toward the point. Reddish should drive the save, rebound, and they score. And it's Victor Hedman picking up the rebound. And Tampa grabs an early 1-0 lead.
Well, I tell you, what a battle just went on in front of the net. You had Yanni Gord just ran somebody over right in front of the net, and then he in turn got run over, but there was all that battling going on, and eventually this shot comes through. It's a wrist shot from Perbix, and you got Hedman way down in the left wing circle, and before Swayman can get to his right, he can't even find that puck. He never saw it coming in because Gord was there.
It was Wotherspoon who went down, and then in turn it was Kastelik who flattened Gord.
That was Lilleberg with the big hit as well. He's had like 3 fights against the Bruins this year, and it all came after that high hit there. It wasn't even a hit, it was a cross check on Kastelik.
So the Bruins down 1 early. For Victor Hedman, that is his 12th of the season. Kucherov chasing the puck into the near corner, takes a hit from Patrick Brown. Beecher gets the feed, starts up ice. Along the near right wing side, looking to chip it deep, and instead winds up offside as he was disrupted by Hedman.
Keep skating there, Beecher. Just keep skating. You've got the speed. This is what, one of the things that's got you into the league is your speed. You got support in the middle of the ice as well. Tried to chip it. I don't know if it hit the linesman or not. The linesman was right there. But that puck just put everybody offside.
Lohrei will play it deep this time. Stopped by Vasilevsky behind the net. 3 minutes into the first period. Tampa out to a 1-goal lead. McDonough's pass up the near side. Tipped off of Girgensons and goes up and out of play. Victor Hedman now 3 goals in his last 7 games.
You mentioned he didn't play last game against the Bruins last Saturday.
Right. He's dealing with a minor injury. As you mentioned earlier as well, Kucherov didn't play on Thursday night, but he's back in the lineup tonight after he was under the weather for that game against Philadelphia. Lohrei banks a pass here for Lauko. Lindholm dragging it through neutral ice and will play it deep. Husnudinov getting into the near corner after it. Puck comes back his direction off the play by Goaltending. At the back of the Tampa net, taken to the far side by Radish. Now a rink-wide pass. Angles off the near boards. Gergensen's trying to find the handle. Comes across the line. Looked like Goaltending might have jumped offside there. Instead, Gergensen's wrapped it around the far boards. Taken to the top of the far circle by Gonsalves. Tried to shoot. Lost the puck. Second effort. Blocked off the far wall. It's taken by Lohrei. He'll bring it out to the red line. Dump it into the Boston attack zone and head off on a chain.
I'm sure the Bruins video guys were all over that if he was offsides, but you don't need to know now.
Haven't missed one yet this year. There's a puck in the neutral zone. That one's going to be offside by a mile as Nick Paul was well into the Bruins zone.
Yeah, I don't think teams miss the offsides calls much anymore. They, if they're offside, they know it. They're on it. Video coaches, the technology's excellent. Plus the fact that if you're not sure, you're going to put your team short-handed.
Right.
For a delay of game. If it doesn't go your way, I'm saying. It's the goalie interference ones that are hard to
Right. After all these years, we still haven't figured out what is and what isn't.
It's because no play's the same.
Right. Cernak and Gonsalves back here for Tampa. Played it out of their zone. Wotherspoon in front of the Bruins bench. Finds Zacha. Pastrnak hands off to Geekie coming across the Tampa Bay line. Geekie trying to get around McDonough and ended up kicking the puck toward Vasilevsky, who covers it.
He wanted to drag it and get the shot away and use McDonough as a screen, and McDonough stayed there with the stick. He was in a good spot. Touch play, he's going to drag it and take the shot, but he fans on it. Then he kicks it up to his stick trying to get by him.
Just about 4.5 minutes gone in this first period. Middlestat will get a face-off in the attack zone. Up against Gord, near circle down to our right. Middlestat with points in all 3 games as a Bruin, including his first goal on Thursday night. Puck volleyed back toward the Boston zone here, and that'll go in on goal, and Swayman will cover it. So it'll be a face-off in the defensive zone coming up.
Yeah, you watch Gord on that last shift. You just see the way that he plays. He's feisty. He goes to the front of the net. He'll chop you. He'll hit you. He's a valuable player in that sense. He goes right to the front of the net there on Wotherspoon. Just barreled people over.
Ward coming back from Seattle along with Bjorkstrand in a deadline deal last week. Puck cleared out here by Lettieri. Koepke racing up ice, trying to get around Moser, and does.
Negated the ice.
Puck behind the net. Hedman now hold off Lettieri as they go to the far side corner. And now it's cleared by Tampa, and that's going to be an icing against the Lightning. Deal Bjorkstrand, Gord, and a 5th-round pick from Seattle. In exchange, Tampa gave up a 2nd-rounder this year, a 1st-rounder next year, and a 1st-rounder in 2027, along with Mikey Asimov. Yanni Gord back in Tampa after having won a couple of cups before he was taken in the expansion draft by the Kraken.
They had to lose somebody. I mean, and you had some guys that were kind of priced themselves out as well. You have all that success, you got to pay.
Right. Here's Pastrnak back near the Boston blue line.
They've done a great job of keeping that core together, though. They've got one of the best goalies in the world, one of the best defensemen in the world.
One of the best defensemen in the world right now without a stick. Is Hedman.
Forwards and Kucherov.
Here's Pastrnak trying to center one, knocked away, and puck will be cleared through Lohrei. Chases a trickler back into the Boston zone. Lohrei's pass up the right side to Pastrnak. Quickly gets rid of it to Zacha coming through neutral ice. Back to Pastrnak coming down the middle. Lost it just inside the blue line, and Kucherov headed the other way. Got Cirelli coming down the middle, goes to the left side for Hagel, send it back across the ice, and one time toward the net by Cernak, tipped up into the air. Played along for McDonough at the blue line. Over to Cernak again, and his shot, that time, angled wide of the net. McDonough fires again. Blocked by Pete. Long pass. Pasternak behind the defense has a break. Moving in. And had it knocked away by McDonough. Didn't get off a shot.
McDonough's made two big defensive plays. As soon as that shot was getting blocked, Pasternak just takes off out of the zone, right up the middle of the ice. They get it to him, but he was at the end of a shift. And McDonough just able to get a piece of the stick.
Look back deep in the Boston zone. And Salva is able to knock it past Jokiharju around the far side wall. Batted back toward the blue line. Held in there by Paul. Fired across ice. Here's Lilleberg at the left circle. Back up top for Paul. Broke his stick on a one-timer. Still got to the net. Not much steam on it. Swayman kicked it away. Bruins get it out. Got 13:20 left here in the first period. Back into the Boston zone. Puck up in the air. Settled along the near wall. Kastelik got it to the blue line, but not out. Perbix played it back deep. Zadorov out of the far corner. Had his pass deflected by Bjorkstrand, but now it'll come out of the zone. Kastelik up the right side. Shouldered by Lilleberg. Paul goes behind the net. Takes a hit from Kastelik. Moved the puck back around the near side. Taken away, and Lindholm off a feed from Husnudinov had his one-timer block.
Husnudinov and Kastelik in there on that forecheck that time, causing the turnover.
Lightning will come out of the zone. Lauko gets a glove on a pass through the neutral ice, but Lilleberg dumps it in. Wotherspoon from the far corner. Slipped it past Glendening behind the Bruins net. Played up the near wall by Mitchell. Lindholm giving chase into the Tampa zone. Sent right back out of there. No icing as it comes back into Boston territory. Mitchell deals it around the near boards for Lauko. Up the right side for Husnudinov. Trying to squeeze through Perbix, who put him into the boards. Middlestat keeps it alive. Husnudinov got it back to Wotherspoon. His pass picked off by Gensel. We get a penalty coming up here against the Lightning. So with 12:10 to go here in the first, Bruins down 1-0, but they'll have a power play when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer, no conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
12:10 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Lightning have the lead. In the first 5 minutes of tonight's game, we're brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Start your 2025 in a new F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 straight years. Bruins will go to their first power play of the game as the Lightning were whistled for too many men.
Yeah, fairly easy call for the linesman. He was right on it, standing right in front of Tampa's bench.
Bruins 0 for 5 on the power play in their 3 meetings this year against the Lightning. Face-off win by Tampa. McDonough sends it around into the far corner, and it'll be cleared all the way down ice. Lightning rank in the top 8 in both penalty kill and power play in the league this year. Orai drops it off for Casey Middlestat. He'll bring it through neutral ice. Flips it off the left wing boards, goes and gets it himself. Sends it off the end wall. Lindholm kept it moving. Geeky to the far side for Middlestat. Tough angle shot. Vasilevsky up against that far post. McDonough sends toward the far corner. Lori pinching down into the corner to keep it deep. Middlestat there as well. On the end wall, McDonough popped it free. Comes out toward the slot. A diving effort by Cirelli to knock it away.
It's a great effort by Cirelli.
And Lori's pass comes outside of the blue line for Pasternak and corral it. He'll drag it back in. Gets set up along that left wing point. Shot blocked off the leg of Gergenson's, but played on for Lori. Middlestat mishandled along the near circle, and McDonough has the opportunity to clear.
Yeah, that one, Middlestat's skates and unable to kick it up to his stick.
48 to go on the power play. Bruins moving left to right. Mitchell gives it to Zacha. Steps in across the line. Off the far boards again. Plays it to himself. Near side. Ustedinov for Letary and misfired on a one-time attempt from the inside part of the circle.
It was there for him. He was open. Good puck movement. Knew what he wanted to do before he got that puck. Ustedinov did.
Pasternak leaping to glove one down at the blue line and keep it in, but then deflected out. Mitchell to Zacha in the neutral ice. Zacha deals it back off right side. Ustedinov dropped it for Letary. Off the far wall to Pasternak. Walks his way down the left wing circle. 12 to go on the power play. Centering pass for Letary, redirected wide. Zacha to Letary, one-timer. Got good wood on that one, but Vasilevsky the save, and he hangs on.
He's in the middle of the ice using that bumper. Letary did not get the first one. The second one, I don't know if he expected that pass from Pasternak. It was coming from the left side, but the last one, he got a lot on it. Ustedinov finding him again in that bumper. And it's a right shot. Letaria's pass comes from the right wing circle, and it's a good quick shot that he got away.
5 seconds left on the power play. 10:15 to go here in the first. Tampa has the 1-0 lead. Johnny Beecher will take this face-off. Jumps a little early. Gets asked to leave. And Lauko will stand in there instead against Cirelli. Cirelli wins it cleanly. McDonough sends behind the net to Chernak. Moved on to Hagel, and he'll backhand one across the ice just as Gonsalves was stepping out of the penalty box. So midway through the first period, Tampa has the only goal. Bruins an early 0-for-1 on the power play. Hagel will drag one across the Boston line from the left circle. A shot through Jokiharju off the outside of Swayman's net. Zadorov from the far corner. Played out to the blue line. Gloved down by Lilleberg. Threw one in front off Jokiharju into the far corner. Koepke able to tap it past Lilleberg and out into the neutral ice. Here's Hagel at the red line to Kucherov. Lilleberg carries in. Takes a big hit from Zadorov as he played the puck around the near side. Hagel to Kucherov, high slot. Fires over to Lilleberg. Right back in front. Cirelli banging away at a rebound. And then Kucherov got knocked down. And a penalty coming here against Zadorov. Whistle comes with 9:19 to go in the first. And Zadorov's headed off for a cross-check. So Tampa Bay will get its first power play of the game coming up next. 9:19 to go here in the first, and they have a 1-0 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here in America, work is in trouble. We've offshored our manufacturing, sent away good jobs, and lost so much ability to make things. American Giant is a company that's pushing back against this tide. They make high-quality clothing, Sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more. Right here in the USA. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com. Promo code STAPLE20.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
The Bruins' first power play of the game was brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease, Bosch Power Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. 9:19 to go in the first. Tampa has a 1-0 lead, and now they will get a power play chance as Nikita Zadorov gets called for cross-checking Kucherov.
I think both referees had their arm up on that one.
Off the face-off, puck will roll around toward the near boards. Lindholm trying to get possession. It'll come backward, and Wotherspoon has a chance to clear it, and does. And Leslie will tee it up on the Tampa net. Lightning power play, 5th best in the league this season. They won 1 out of 7 in the 3 previous meetings between they and the Bruins. Just inside the Boston line. Kucherov will put across the ice. Point, hands it back to Hedman. Now Kucherov at that right circle. Down low, gets it right back from Gensel. They trade it again, and a chance in front by Point, turned away. Hedman, left circle for Bjorkstrand. Down low to Gensel. To Kucherov, puck rolled on him, tracks it down off the far boards. Tried to shoot, blocked by Wotherspoon. Sent it down low. Gensel stepping toward the front of the net. Point right there, knocked away. And then Peak steered it off the near boards. Bjorkstrand lost it over to Lindholm, and Elias able to shoot one all the way down ice.
Well, they've got it mastered, right? Kucherov, the back over in the right wing circles, goes down to Gensel, one touch pass to Point. Their best opportunity so far.
Gensel rattles it around the far board. Kucherov there at the hash mark. Take a look around, deals across to Hagel. His shot blocked by Jokiharju. Came back to Kucherov at that far circle. Back across for Hagel. At this time, but they work down quickly, and Point between the circles put it up over the net.
Yeah, they got the Bruins spread out that time.
30 to go in the power play. Gensel down, Kucherov right circle. Hedman high slot. Back to Kucherov at the top of the far circle. Backs it off, deals it off, and here's Hedman out of the left circle. Throws it in front, blocked by Jokiharju. Out of the near circle, Point comes free, steps out in front, and a shot knocked up off the blocker of Swayman. Kepke trying to find the handle on it, backhands it to the blue line, but not out. Hedman kept in, 6 to go in the power play. Kucherov down low to Gensel, twisting out in front, and Swayman made the stop there. Beecher's got it far circle, Zadorov's out of the box, and Beecher will dump one into the Tampa zone. Zadorov behind Hedman. Able to pick it up out of the corner. Sends one back off. He was trying to find Pasternak coming down the middle. That one was disrupted. Middlestat in the near corner battling along with Chernak. Puck will be brought out of the zone. Hagel turns it over near the Boston blue line. Middlestat will get the Bruins back into the attack zone, but then he got spun off the puck by McDonough. Gord throws it into the Boston zone with 6:45 to go here in the first.
That hurt Wotherspoon. He got more bored than Yanni Gord there along this wall.
Free puck back to Chernak. And Gonsalves will tip his pass in around behind Swayman. Out of the far corner, Mitchell to Middlestat. Kicked it on to the stick of Geekie, who had to pivot back to get it and then had it taken away. Ward threw one in front, but Bruins able to deny that. Through neutral ice, Perbix back toward his own zone, and back in behind Vasilevsky he goes. Perbix from his own blue line. Fired a pass ahead off the skate of Gergenson's turned over. Usnadinov along the far boards right in front of the Bruins bench. Trying to move it forward. Perbix sends it across ice instead, and driven hard in deep by Lilleberg. On the end board, Zadorov gets into a little trouble. Had some help as it's brought around near side by Lettieri. Sends a head pass up the right side of Lauko. Try to keep it moving forward. Glendening cut it off. And back toward the Boston zone. Usnadinov dropping it back to Jokiharju. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Tampa's got the only goal. Jason Lohrei to the center circle, cutting toward the right side, trying to extend it deep and hit Johnny Beecher, who was standing near the blue line. Beecher plays it across ice. Brown sends it to Kastelik down low, trying to get it in front to Beecher. Now Beecher comes in behind, throws it out in front. Kastelik couldn't get a stick on it. Lohrei faked a one-timer. He'll skate it in deep. Goes into the near corner and angles one off the boards around Beecher, and nobody was back at the blue line, so it trickles back into Boston territory. Kastelik passes to Lohrei, and from the red line, he dumps it in. Out of the far corner, it comes toward Vasilevsky, and he steers it away from his crease. Back through the neutral ice where it's controlled by Wotherspoon. Bouncing puck. Kuznetsov pursuing. Moser instead here for Tampa. From the red line, he gets it deep. Wotherspoon trying to reverse it into the near corner. Had it blocked. Down to 4.5 minutes to go here in the period. Lauko kept it away from Gensel. And now Kuznetsov skating it through neutral ice. Trying to feed into the middle for Lindholm, denied. Gensel comes back here for Tampa. Stops on the right circle. Shot blocked by Peak. Lifts up into the air and settles in behind the Bruins net. Wrapped around the near side from Kuznetsov to Lauko. Backhander across the ice finds Peak. Peak stepping into the Tampa zone. Cutting all the way back to the right side. In front, Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm on a great setup by Peak, and the Bruins have tied it at 1.
Yeah, Tampa Bay really backs off here in this situation, and the Bruins take advantage of it. Peak, he's not known much for his offense. Sturdy defenseman, kind of a defensive guy, but he gets a nice pass from Lauko out of the zone. He's going to get into the zone. Tampa's going to back off. It's basically 2 against 3. Two guys chase Peak over to the boards as he goes from left to right. He's outside the dot, almost at the boards. And this puck centered for Lindholm, just in front of the stick of Perbix. Perbix is way back. Perbix almost at the top of the crease when this puck gets centered for Lindholm. And a good redirect shot there from Lindholm.
So the Bruins even it up with 4:02 to go here in the first period.
That was 2 on 3. And Tampa backed way off and just did not have the coverage in front.
12th of the year for Lindholm. Puck comes in on goal here, and Vasilevsky will be forced to cover it up with Pasternak right there. We'll step aside with 3:53 to go in the first in a 1-1 game here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico, expertise for your motorcycle.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
3:53 to go in the first period in a 1-1 hockey game. Elias Lindholm's goal set up by Andrew Peak. Our delivery of the game delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train electrical contractors. Get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
Yeah, you know, sequence there. It's easy to see why Tampa's so deadly on the power play. I mean, they zip it around. Point had at least three quality, high danger scoring chances from almost the same spot. And Swayman was able to keep that puck out. They got the Bruins spread out a little bit. Mason Lohrei was getting some penalty killing time. We usually don't see him on the PK.
Bjorkstrand trying to get it to Gonzalez. It'll get through him and back into the Tampa zone. The Point's got 13 power play goals out of his 32 goals this season. On the near side wall, Bruins, Sacco able to get it to Geekie near the face-off dot. He got knocked down. Puck into the far corner. Pasternak back to Zadorov. Now Jokiharju stepping down toward the circle. And on the shot, chases it down though and keeps it in play. Pasternak on the far boards. To Sacco, hands off to a cutting Pasternak. Moving to the top of the face-off circle. Backhands it back to the point, Jokiharju. Now right circle, Pasternak. Cut it across! And a great chance by Sacco. That goes up and out of play. And Vasilevsky, I think, got a piece of it on the way.
If he did, this is an unbelievable save. The Bruins got Linus Ullmark make 2 fantastic saves on Mason Lohrei last game. This pass across from Pasternak on the right side through the seam to Sacco, and it looked like Vasilevsky did get over with that right shoulder.
3 minutes even to go here in the first, and the Bruins awfully close to grabbing their first lead of the game.
It's a good shift in the offensive end. Jokiharju activating from the point, keeping control of it. Playing a little catch with Pasternak.
Middlestat went down behind the net. Crowd looking for a penalty against Point. Won't get one. Gensel deals to Point coming through the middle. Now Gord hit by Zadorov. Puck free along the end wall. Poke back toward the corner. Middlestat able to push it ahead for Koepke. But Terry kicking it through the neutral zone, but Hedman there for the Lightning. Moser off of Karam near side. Lays it away from Middlestat. Hedman along the far boards, trying to play it back across the ice. Hufnadinov jumped in front of that pass, but couldn't control it cleanly.
Hufnadinov has.
He's got the puck on his stick now, backing toward his own zone. Mitchell to Wotherspoon, up the left side. Lauko sends it across. Hufnadinov kicks it to his stick. Right circle, back to the point. Whoa. Mitchell fires a one-timer through the slot. Lilleberg ducking.
That wasn't anywhere near the net.
No, it was not. Here's Mitchell, just inside the blue line. Shoots that one a little closer, but still wide. And a shot from the far side by Wotherspoon gets scooped up by Vasilevsky. 1:48 left here in a tie, first period.
Fans, Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes, both goaltenders have been sharp here in the early going. Andre Vasilevsky for Tampa, and for the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman.
Vasilevsky making his 15th start in the last 17 games. He's 10-3-1 over that span. Jeremy Swayman looking for his 100th career victory. As McDonough backhands one out to center ice here. Mitchell will drive it back in. Hard around the near boards. Hagel backs it up away from Pasternak. Minute 35 to go in the period. Tampa just getting it out of the zone, and now Cirelli sweeps it forward, but Wotherspoon will take away. Mitchell angled off the near boards, looking for Pasternak at the attacking blue line. Got through him. He's got position on McDonough, though, as he goes behind the net. Cuts back to his backhand.
He had Geekie there for a second.
Geekie along the near boards against Kucherov in a battle for possession. Kucherov turns away from him. Gets the puck towards Cirelli. Couldn't get it out. He whips it back down the boards here for Sacco. Right circle. Sends one off for Pasternak. He brings it out toward the blue line. Throws it back in front. Looking for Sacco. And getting a stick on it was Hagel. Peak, center blue line. To Pasternak. Back to Peak for a drive. Save. Vasilevsky rebound. Scooped up by Hagel and brings it out. Through the center circle and across the Boston line before he lost possession. Lohrei threw it back toward Geekie, but he was headed for a change, and that's going to be an icing here against the Bruins with 41 seconds left in the period.
Oh, another good shift. The Bruins, 5-on-5 here. The Bruins have really come on these last few shifts in that offensive zone. D making smart plays. That was a give and go between Pasternak and Peak. Peak gets the one-timer away. Traffic in front of the net. Vasilevsky on that butterfly makes a save. Geekie getting to the front of the net. And that pass, that backdoor pass there to Sacco the second time. This was a little different, but second time. And a big play by Brandon Hagel defensively.
Edmund just able to poke the puck away from Koepke out near the blue line of the Bruins zone. It'll wrap around the far side. And back along the end wall to Peak. He lifts it off the far glass into the air. Glove down by Gensel, but shoved out of the zone by Koepke before he could drop the puck at his feet. Now Koepke putting pressure on Radish near the red line. Helps force a turnover. Lettieri will dump it deep. Final 12 seconds of the period. Off the far boards, it's cleared, but it will be an icing here against Tampa with 6.2 to go in the period. Bruins will get one more face-off in the offensive zone.
I don't know if Joe Sacco even has to say anything. 88 just hopped right over the boards. It's about it. That's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, I would say.
It's like the commercial where the kids are picking teams and they pick Barkley. The little kids.
Ostenack will line up here in the slot as Zacha stands in for the face-off. 6.2 to go in the period. And get a clean drop. Officials check to make sure the clock didn't move. It did not. First intermission at TD Garden. Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning are tied at 1. And on a Saturday night, time to take a look at our NHL Plays of the Week. In this week's top plays, Alex Ovechkin finding the back of the net yet again. Brandon Montour scored the quickest overtime goal in NHL history. And Linus Ullmark and the Senators look poised to return to the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. Here are your NHL Plays of the Week.
Bedard chips it down to the corner to Teravainen. To Del Mastro at center ice. To Bedard over the Utah line, right circle. Cuts in behind the net around to the left circle. Bedard to the slot will fire. He scores! Hawks win in overtime! Connor Bedard with his first goal in overtime in a while. And the Blackhawks beat Utah 4-3. What a win here at the United Center. Connor Bedard had no points in his last 7. Tonight he's got a goal and an assist, including the game winner in overtime.
Long lead pass down to the Ranger line as Brady Tkachuk comes over and gets away with one there as he cross-checks his man in the face. Quick shot. Scores! Brady Tkachuk breaks the heart of the Rangers with an overtime game winner.
Good gravy. Now at the blue line, Nylander near side circle. Wings it around. Lehkonen trying to track it down. Riley sends it deep. Cale Makar intercepts. He's got an empty net. It's Valnichuskin for the hat trick. Yeah! Throw the chapeau. His second career hat trick on home ice. Valnichuskin may have iced it for the Avalanche with 1:54 to go in the third period. 6-4 Colorado. It's his first regular season hat trick. The other in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But what a play. Makar, Lehkonen tapped it back for Valnichuskin, and 6 feet on his side of center ice. He placed it perfectly into an open net. And it's snowing hats in Ball Arena. You know how those March snowstorms can get pretty dicey. And Nick Dowd forcing it up the middle. Wilson was trying to feed Ovechkin, but in tight quarters, Ovechkin got it away. He scores! A backhander from the red line. He did it! Ovechkin scores from long distance. It's goal 886, and it's 4-2 Washington.
Just amazing. He's on the boards, has no idea where the net is, turns around, puts it right in the middle.
I mean, he had his back to the net and backhanded it from the semicircle in front of the penalty boxes. Dead red.
Wow. Adam Fantilli already with 2 tonight, looking for a third. Good fight by Marchenko to get the puck out to Severson. Flips it back to Marchenko. Puts it to Fantilli. There it is! He scores! A tip of the cap to Adam Fantilli. He gets the hat trick. And the Blue Jackets have a 7-3 lead.
Back to Zadorov. Just kept it in. Pasternak now pivots away from Forsling. He's got one in front. Score! Sacco! And the Bruins have the lead.
Just good work. Snorri barely keeps this in. It's right in front of the Florida bench. Just going to rotate it back down the boards. And Pasternak makes a nice move, spin move, in that left wing corner.
While Malkin comes out there along with Ricard Raquel for the Penguins. Malkin now over the Vegas line to the far circle. Drops it back. Here's Karlsson. Far circle. Wrister. He scores! Erik Karlsson with the overtime game-winning goal. And the Penguins take down the Vegas Golden Knights. 3-2 the final.
The Caps going to pick up a hard-fought victory here. A lot of offense in this one. Far side to Ovechkin. Ahead to Protas, and here it comes. Alexei Protas, hat trick. His first as an NHLer. Into the empty net on a feed from center ice. How about that? Alexei Protas puts 3 on the board. 26, 27, and now 28. It's 7-4 Washington.
If you're just joining us, thank you, but you have missed a lot. So don't do it again. Off the draw. Here it is. Montour. Right in. He scores! Hey, hey! What do you say? 5 seconds in. Brandon Montour
it for JT Miller. In over the line with Panarin right wing. Panarin behind the back dish. Schneider stick handles Deeks to the backhand. Score! Braden Schneider on the backhand. Overtime winner. Rangers beat the Wild 3-2.
Bruins win the draw, keep it in the Ottawa zone. Puck cleared back to the line by Husnudinov. Here he is again. Sends it in front, low right. Oh, what a save! What a save by Omar. Oh, my heavens. He came flying across, and he Supermaned that.
A definite save of the year candidate from Linus Ullmark against the Bruins wraps up our NHL plays of the week. First intermission at TD Garden. It's the Bruins 1 and the Lightning 1. We're going to check the Sports Hub headlines coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
What are the potential threats from artificial intelligence that could totally upend the way Americans live their lives? What will it do to the job market, data privacy, cybersecurity, the banking system, national security? Learn how you could help protect your life savings with a free gold and silver kit from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. You could get up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver if you qualify, but only while supplies last. Call 855-GOLD-IRA now. That's 855-GOLD-IRA.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The media station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Be the first to know if last-minute tickets become available ahead of a Bruins home game. Opt in to receive a text message the day of a home game when last-minute tickets are released. Head to bostonbruins.com/ticket alerts or text Bruins to 51984 to opt in. The Celtics currently up 97-92 in the fourth quarter in Brooklyn against the Nets. Red Sox today lost to Chris Sale and the Atlanta Braves by the count of 7-3. Alex Bregman, Tristan Cassis homered. Rafael Devers over 3 with the strikeout in his first action of the spring. Atlanta Falcons, they're keeping Kirk Cousins. That triggered a $10 million roster bonus. He's on a one-year deal. J.J. Spawn, your current leader at the Players' Championship. He's at 12 under. Rory McIlroy hanging around at 8 under. Duke star Cooper Flagg will be available for the NCAA tournament per the NCAA after sustaining an ankle injury during the ACC tournament. And the Bryant Bulldogs, one of the first teams to punch their ticket to the big dance when they beat Maine in the America East Championship today, 77-59. I'm Mark Dondero for Boston's Home for Sports. Coming up next, the second period, Bob and Ryan will have it for you on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V as your local Honda dealer.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer. No conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
These days, work is in trouble. We've outsourced most of our manufacturing to other countries. And with that, we sent away good jobs and our capability to make things. American Giant is a clothing company that's pushing back against this tide. They make all kinds of high-quality clothing and activewear, like sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more, right here in the USA. So when you buy American Giant, you create jobs in towns and cities across the country. And jobs bring pride, purpose. They stitch people together. If all that sounds good to you, visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with promo code STAPLE20.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
Hey, it's Zoe here, and you guys know as well as I do, when you're faced with a rebuild year, it's all about staying 2 steps ahead of the competition. Oakers Technologies has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future-ready, helping revamp their technology and IT systems to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future-ready. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about Clear Path for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. Clear Path for Veterans is working with Safety Insurance to help New England veterans at the Resource Center in Devens, Massachusetts. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to Clear Path and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safety4vets.com.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
He stepping into the Tampa zone, cutting all the way back to the right side. In front, Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm on a great setup by Peak, and the Bruins have tied it at 1. Bruins and Lightning tied at 1 after one period. We're joined downstairs by the Bruins goal scorer, Elias Lindholm. Elias, tell me about that play, and in particular, how Andrew Peak set you up.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty nice play by him, and I didn't think he saw me, but yeah, it was a nice play, and obviously good to see it go in. We needed that one.
What do you guys take away from the win last Saturday in Tampa?
No, I think that game was a 60-minute of solid hockey from our side, and obviously didn't give them too much. Obviously, we need to be playing similar to that tonight. Obviously, I think they came out pretty strong and had some looks on the peeper, but Sway kept us in it, and hopefully we can build some momentum of that goal.
On the defensive side of things, what do you have to be most aware of when you're playing a team as dangerous as Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be aware on the especially on the blue lines. I think obviously they pretty quick in transition and don't want to feed that too much. So put the puck in deep and make the right decisions on the lines.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Thanks to Elias Lindholm, brought to you by TD Bank. TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. 1-1 game as we open up the second period. Bruins will go from right to left on offense, and they'll get the puck deep here as Husnudinov played it into the far corner. Lauko helped to steer it around toward the near side wall, but it'll be the Lightning who bring it out. Cirelli gathering steam through neutral ice, comes down the right wing side, stops along the hash marks, deals back to Moser just inside the blue line. Pushed it along to Hagel. Right back over to Moser. Hagel hands off to Hedman along that far circle, throws one in front, and a body kicked off to Kucherov. Moser mishandled out near the blue line, and now pressured out in the neutral zone by Husnudinov. Kucherov just near the Boston line, sends it back across the ice. Hedman off to Karam in front of the bench, dumps it in. Zadorov rather spinning out of the corner, but Lightning are going to be whistled offside here.
Yeah, Bruins want to see if they can build on that second half of that period. You've got the good penalty kill. A couple big saves there made on point. I think he misfired on one of them as well, but strong PK. And then the 5-on-5 went to work. And it was some good offensive zone time. End up with a goal, but you could have had a couple more. I mean, Vasilevsky made made one great save on Sacco.
They get dumped in here by McDonough. Lohrei steers it back behind the Bruins net, just out of Peake's reach. McDonough at the far point will send it deep here to Gensel. Here's Point coming down the middle, and Lohrei blocked that shot. Geekie angles it behind the net. Peake in the far corner, sends it out toward the blue line, but McDonough got there to keep it in. Off the back glass, comes back down for Lohrei. Lifted out into neutral ice, tapped ahead by Geekie. Pasternak to Zacha, kicked across the line. Pasternak now near the top of the face-off circle, sent one through the slot, picked off by Gensel. And he finds Gord coming through neutral ice, who in turn finds Point. Point able to slip a check from Pasternak, hangs on to the puck, dropped it back to Lilleberg, and his one-timer sticked away by Swayman. The puck into the middle here for Geekie, didn't get much on his pass. Perbix will play it back deep here for the Lightning. Peake sealed Paul off of it. Sent back around to the near side by Bjorkstrand. Battle for possession along the near boards. Bjorkstrand played it into the corner and gets it back from Paul. Now Bjorkstrand again down deep. Paul trying to get away from Peake along the near boards. Geekie got a stick to it. Pasternak battling.
Long shift for these five on the Bruins.
Peake in the near corner. That is pass taken away by Bjorkstrand. Gonsalves got it over to Lilleberg for a shot. That got knocked down, and Paul scores on that loose puck, and Tampa's back in front 2-1.
Bruins get stuck out there. Minute 28 seconds. Can't get the puck out. Turn it over a couple times. And that line would have been good in the first period. Talking about the side line. That time they get hemmed inside their own zone. The wrist shot comes from out high, and it never gets through. It actually hits the body of Paul and then lands there for him. It hit Paul or it hit Peake. One of the two in front of the net. And Paul was able to chip this puck home. You know, Swayman's anticipating getting all the way in on him. It hit Peake and came right onto the stick of Paul. But at that shift, Tampa got fresh bodies on the ice, and the Bruins were stuck for almost a minute and a half.
That's the 20th goal of the season for Nick Paul. And the Bruins will have to answer back again here. Just about 2.5 minutes into this second period. Tampa got a goal just under 2.5 minutes into the first period as well. Locked up deep in the Tampa zone here. 2 men aside. Middlestat trying to reach a stick in there and pull it free. Crowd getting a little anxious, waiting for a whistle. Terry shoved along the boards.
The rugby scrum.
It's not a fun rugby scrum either. It's mostly just standing there. Now Hedman's got it free. Up the right side, and Gensel will get it into the Boston zone before he gets run to the boards by Wotherspoon. In the near corner, Mitchell kicked it away from Gergensons. Kepke going behind the net, but Cirelli cut in front of him and won that puck back. Shot from the far point by Moser is tipped up and over the net. Mitchell to the far circle to Castellan. Slipped away from him. Here's a chance by Gensel. One-timed it wide. Middlestat handed off along the near circle to Wotherspoon into neutral ice. Castellan trying to keep moving forward as he was engaged with Cirelli. Perbix for the Lightning. Long pass up the left side. Moser steps across the Boston line. Far circle. Goes it back toward the blue line as he was hit hard by Kastelik.
That puck ramped up and hit, I think that's Brown who's going to the bench right now. Caught him in the face.
Yeah, Brown comes right over and gets a towel seated at the end of the bench. As Jokiharju goes behind the net. Borelli able to pick his pocket. Zadorov stopped the centering feed. Jokiharju into the far corner. Goes along for Lauko. Lauko fanned on it. And now Hagel will keep it alive. And they're trying to throw one to the net. It looked like it might have caught a piece of Elias Lindholm on the way. Swayman kicked it aside. Lindholm going to bring it out to the red line. Dumps it in. We approach 4.5 minutes gone in the second period. Tampa back in front by 1. All the way back behind the Bruins net. Lohrei sends it up the far side. Cut off halfway by Bjorkstrand. Lohrei gets the feed off the wall from Husnudinov. Lifts it out into neutral ice. Lindholm pursuing, but can't get to it in time. Radish played it back toward the Boston zone. Bjorkstrand goes across the ice. Lilleberg pokes it past Lauko into the far corner. Wrapped around toward the near side. And it'll be Bjorkstrand. The shot blocked in front. A chance on the rebound, and Swayman made the save, and then the puck gets shot up and out of play.
Yeah, the Bruins are going to get shorthanded here. They're going to delay a game penalty. Another shot that didn't quite make it in, and they had a second opportunity, and it's going to be Swayman with the right pad. But the Bruins having trouble getting out of their own zone and up the ice right now. Instead of the tape-to-tape passes, they're a little slow getting to pucks, and then they're kind of taking a little bit of the easy way out, just flipping the puck. And that's what happens when you get stuck out there for a long shift. It'll be Lauko going to the box for the delay of game.
That was Nick Paul again with that chance in front off of the deflection that Swayman had to make the save on before the penalty. So Tampa will go to the power play for the second time tonight. 5:01 gone second period, and they have a 2-1 lead.
Well, Braden Point, so they gave him credit for 2 shots on goal in that first power play, but he had probably at least 3 really good chances, maybe 4.
Here's Kucherov, the right circle to set things up. Fires across the ice. Bjorkstrand had to chase it down. He's got it all on the left circle. Heels down low. Tampa attacking down to our right here. Kucherov down low to Gensel. Brings it out in front of the goal line and shoots it right through the crease. Now Bjorkstrand with a shot. That one goes wide. Kucherov has it back along the near side. Pass across ice. Disrupted by Zacha. Still got through to Bjorkstrand. They work it quickly around for Kucherov. Down low looking for Gensel, missed him. Bjorkstrand's got it far corner, challenged by Peak. Puck jumped in the air. Comes back around toward the near side. Kucherov backhands it free, back to Hedman. Had to settle it. Gave to Kucherov. Sends it to the far side, and a one-timer by Bjorkstrand up off the glass. Kucherov to Hedman. Bjorkstrand with the face-off dot. Back to Hedman, a one-timer, and that one off the back glass as well. Kucherov down low to Gensel. Kucherov again along the hash marks right side. Back up top for Hedman. Minute to go on their power play. Bjorkstrand at that left circle. Brings it back toward the boards. Cuts back down low. Passes down there and gets it right back from Gensel. They traded a couple of times. Gensel forced one out in front and Point with a chance. That was ricocheted wide. Kucherov to Hedman. Center blue line. Through to the net. Redirected by Point. Swayman made the save. Point able to dig it free with 33 seconds to go on the power play.
These 4 guys for the Bruins penalty kill been stuck out there chasing.
Bjorkstrand left circle in front for Gensel, and that one will tip up and go out of play.
You know, Tampa's out there the same amount of time, but they have the puck.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
A little less energy expended when you're passing it around than when you're chasing.
Well, they're just protected. They left Point exposed there on just the kind of the shot pass from Hedman at the blue line or just inside the blue line, but they took the pass from Kucherov to Point away.
Lightning off of the face-off with McDonough. His shot blocked by Brown and cleared by Wotherspoon. 16 to go on the Lauko penalty. 13-13 to play second period. Lightning with a 2-1 lead. Drag through neutral ice. Cutting toward the right side, Hagel. Comes around to the far side. Paul will reverse it back around the near boards. Lauko about to come out of the box. Hagel's shot gets blocked. Near circle. Corral by Gord. Gord stepping to the faceoff dot, took a shot. And the right pad stopped by Swayman. Scramble for the loose puck. Gord ends up with it back on his stick. McDonough over to the far side. They set up for Gord. Moving toward the left wing circle. Down into the corner. Back up top for McDonough. Shot, score. The redirect on its way by Cirelli. And Tampa makes it a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, following the power play. Lauko comes out of the box. You've still got 5 guys inside the zone, but they just keep coming. Tampa does. And it's been a really good period for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They've hemmed the Bruins in their zone the first, 7.5 minutes of this period, and that's just a good shot from McDonough. He's looking for a stick down low on the redirect. He's going to get it. It's a perfect redirect on its way in.
21st of the year for Cirelli.
Who's no more as a defensive forward.
Right. The puck rimmed around in the Bruins zone. Boston now down 2 with 12.5 to go in the second. Middlestat will start them out of the zone. Mitchell got it to a Terry. Chipped into the right wing corner. Jurgensen's will wrap it back toward the near side. Koepke trying to get it back toward the point man Lori, but Gonsalves was in the way. 3 aside, they joust for it along the near boards. And now it's free on the stick of Perbix as he comes in behind Vasilevsky. Yanked up the boards here by Gonsalves before he was driven to the wall by Koepke. Into the Bruins zone. Lori staying with Jurgensen's. Puck will go around the far side boards. Kucherov sweeps it free, and from the far circle a chance by Jurgensen's, but Swayman right there to make the save, and he hangs on. And we'll step aside with 11:42 to go here in the second. The Lightning, with 2 goals here in the second, have a 3-1 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Hey, it's Zoe, and Oakers Technologies has a long history of helping businesses stay future-ready as their single-source IT partner, providing everything from full IT infrastructure to everyday AV needs, and they're hyper-focused on managed IT services that feel easy and simple from a single point of contact. Their ProCare support team are the people behind the technology that makes sure that you have a custom approach to the support and resources you need to keep your business future-ready with Oakers Technologies, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
11:42 to go here in the second period. Tampa's up 3-1 thanks to goals by Nick Paul at 2:13 and Anthony Cirelli at 7:22. They've also got the first 8 shots on goal in this second period. The Bruins answered back after falling behind by 1 in the first period. We'll see what they can do now down 2 here in the second.
Well, Tampa has been by far the better team here in this second period. We talked about the Bruins keeping some of that momentum they built up late in the first, and just has not been the case. Tampa's hemmed them in and for long shifts here in this second period.
Gorov pulls the puck back toward the corner for Jokiharju. Pass up the right side. Brown chasing against Moser inside the Tampa zone. Come free to Cirelli. Move through neutral ice. Here's Hagel. Across the Boston line. Sandwiched and knocked down between Kastelik and Zadorov. Brown along the end boards. Lost it back to Cirelli. Got it in front looking for Kucherov. Forced wide of the net. Hedman has a pass from Cirelli. Get through him and all the way back down toward Vasilevsky. And pull it back into the trapezoid from in front of the net. Cirelli back at his own blue line. Hedman quick pass through neutral ice. Hagel couldn't corral it. Long pass across ice from Peak to Pasternak. Brought back toward the Boston zone, and Chernak with a shot from the right circle. Swayman stands his ground. Gensel knocked away by Laura. On the end boards, Peak gets locked up in a battle in that far corner. Puck frozen in their skates. Lohrei reaching in, Sacco reaching in. And it's Gord who comes away with it, but pulls it off the far boards past McDonough and back down to Tampa's end. Vasilevsky lays it off the far glass. Sacco takes one away. Pastrnak backhanding one toward Geekie. Back to Lohrei. To Geekie at the side of the net, trying to bring it out in front. Vasilevsky got his stick on it. Pastrnak, right wing circuit. Centering pass was blocked. McDonough picks it up from point. Right wing, the pass comes to Gensel. Gensel trying to get around Lohrei. Short side shot is smothered by Swayman.
Well, first bit of zone time for the Bruins, but really not able to get anything in there on Vasilevsky. Geekie tried to spin and bring this puck right to the front of the net from the goal line and just kind of lost the handle on it. So it's been mostly Tampa. Yeah, a couple of numbers from Tampa. They're pretty impressive. I mean, so I was watching the power play. Bjorkstrand's now on the first power play. They got a guy that has 30 goals this year playing on the second power play. That's Brandon Hagel. You know how many power play goals he has without looking?
Without looking?
I see you looking at your chart.
Go ahead.
0.
Here's Perbix. He'll play it deep. That's pretty good.
I know he's got some empty netters. He's got 3 shorthanders, but he's also a plus 27.
Also speaks to how good a team he's on.
Exactly.
You have a 30-goal scorer who's not on your first power play unit.
Well, especially with the addition of Bjorkstrand.
Right. Puck out of play here. We'll step aside. 9:44 to go in the second period. It's Tampa 3 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers expert assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Hey, it's Zoe here, and you guys know as well as I do, when you're faced with a rebuild year, it's all about staying 2 steps ahead of the competition. Oakers Technologies has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future-ready, helping revamp their technology and IT systems to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future-ready. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Fans celebrate St. Patrick's Day with the Bees on Monday night as they take on the Sabres at 7 p.m. Plus, score a free Bruins Fedora hat upon entry. Select tickets still available to purchase. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to grab a front row seat for all the action. 9:44 left here in the second period. Tampa with a 3-1 lead.
There's a lot of people that have already started celebrating St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah,
based on what it looked like outside before the game today.
Not exactly a one-day holiday. Over the weekend here, as the puck angled through neutral ice. You a fedora guy?
No, I'm not. Wear it on the road trip.
They're sharp looking. Saw a photo of what they'll be giving away on Monday night. That last home game before a 5-game roadie. Take us to Vegas, San Jose, LA, Anaheim, Detroit. Angled into the far corner of the Bruins zone here down to our right. Orov had it stripped behind the net. Played back around the near side. Lindholm got a piece of it. It came free to Kucherov. Slipped away from him, and Lauko will track it down. Sends it back across the ice, deflected into neutral zone. Radish to Cirelli. Hedman to Kucherov. Back to Hedman coming down the right circle, and backhander goes wide of Swayman. Thrown in front, and Kucherov redirects a pass by Cirelli just wide. Okiharu up the right side. Lauko trying to move it forward. Cut off in front of the Tampa Bay bench. Right back in they come. Kucherov's pass off the far boards. Milleberg will play it around the wall. Hagel at the blue line. Back to the near circle. Taken away by Zadorov. Looking for Lindholm down ice, but picked off by Hagel.
He's had some long shifts for some Bruins players here in this period. One is still going right now.
He's closing in on a minute and a half here as Koepke will get a puck deep into Tampa territory. Middlestat now in the far corner. Allowed everybody to get changed. In the near corner with Terry and Lohrei against Gord. Puck came free. Koepke thought about a shot. He'll come back into the neutral ice. Lohrei is there. He'll backhand off the far wall and in deep. In behind the net, Lilleberg. There's a chance in front. We got Scott Zolak just popped into the booth right in between us along the near side boards. It'll be Lohrei to try to keep in. Middlestat wheels one into the far corner. Out of the corner, it'll come right to point. And to the back of the net, it's perfect.
The last time we had Joe in here, he did some color.
Can I hand him your headset? Deep, near side. Will be played along for Middlestat. Pasternak into the neutral zone. Knocked away from Geekie. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Glendening chipped up the right wing side. Bjorkstrand in the corner. Come back toward him and Peak. Bjorkstrand able to win that battle. Peak broke his stick. Puck came out in front. It's covered up by Swayman.
All right, Joe, what's going on with the Bruins this period?
You got my mic up? Let's go, Jeremy. Get that thing up. All right. So I tell people this all the time, Bobby, in Boston, and it's great to see Ryan. Ryan, you do an outstanding job on the broadcast.
Good to see you.
Judd, he's been a big dick, so he goes over to the TV side of it, but that's okay. I'm kidding. I love Judd. And I tell people this every day because Cedric comes in.
Big time now.
Cedric comes in to do the reads. And I tell people, I said, you guys got the best color guys in the city of Boston. And Cedric's like, you got to watch. You can't say the word color. And I said, Cedric, I didn't say color. I said color because it's a true honor to sit with this guy, Bob Beers. I'm a big fan of his. And Bobby and I go way back. You know, the stuff with Brick. You know, we did some stuff in the offseason. A lot of fun. But to have you, to have me, to have Cedric, and to have Lou Merlone, now in the Nessa, and of course, the radio feed with the other station. I forget the call numbers, but we'll just leave it at that. But people in Boston, you're fortunate to have, I think, the 4 best color analysts of the 4 major sports, and I seriously mean that.
Oh, Swayman made a nice stop on a redirect here by Moser, and the puck volleyed back out into neutral ice.
Now, get back to the action here, too. And I didn't know what to expect because you see a lot of new numbers, a lot of new names. Obviously, you know, Bobby and...
You're going to have a few new names this year, too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome to the Thunderdome, right? And that's part of the rebuild. And it stinks because when you're on top for a while, like all these teams have been, and, of course, 2 years ago, and, you know, what Cam and Donnie did to get this team to potentially contend, eventually it does come apart. And that's the saddest part of it, you know, and none of us like to tell anybody like, hey, we're done. They have to tell you you're done. And that's about, but I appreciate you guys putting me on air. Ryan, thanks, buddy.
Hey.
See, I wouldn't do this if Judd or, God forbid, I texted Howie. I totally forgot Howie's retired. Holy crap. I was down there with Capello.
Our longtime producer.
We all have the best side guy, and Mark Capello, who's done it so many years for us in the football end, and, of course, you guys coming in here. I don't come in here that often, but it's great to come in here. This is one of the original 6 teams, and to see this team play in this building, there's nothing better, man. It's a lot of fun. Go ahead, Ryan. You can talk now.
All right. 6:05 to go here in the second. 3-1 Tampa has the lead. They've got the puck as well. Chernak with a shot. That one scooped up by Swayman. Whistle with exactly 6 minutes to go in the period.
I don't blame Swayman for the first one. I mean, we're down there in the 98.5 box. I mean, there's a lot of traffic in front of that net. Nobody digging the puck out. I mean, they spent a lot of time in their zone.
Spent a lot of time in the zone this period.
Bruins,
most of it's been down there.
They don't have a shot in this period so far, through 14 minutes.
What's your handicap now, Bob? Golf.
Yeah, we got a little work to do.
7?
So
You're
7, 8? You're
7 or 8.
A little work to do.
I'll make it 23, so it doesn't really matter. I go out and have fun. You have the best foursome you ever have with me at a golf course.
I believe that.
Me, you, Brick, and we'll pick one more.
Here's Radish throwing one through the slot. Point chased it out of the far corner. Radish again at the right point. Shot stopped by Swayman. He's going to drop his glove on top of that one.
Now you can go down and see if Judd will put you on TV.
Where's he at? Where's he at down there? Capello, you taking me down there next?
We've got 5:47 to go here in the second period. Tampa's up 3-1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Fans, pregame access to Boston Bruins Heritage Hall is on sale now for the remainder of the 2024-25 regular season. Immerse yourself in a century of Bruins hockey history before your next game. Visit bostonbruins.com/Heritage Hall to lock in tickets now. 5:47 left here in the second. Tampa has a 3-1 lead, and Hurricane Zoe has left the booth.
Yeah, he comes in quietly. Wow.
Always a lot of energy. Well, good to see Zoe here at TD Garden tonight. Face-off win by the Lightning. Chernak got it over to McDonough in a drive that goes wide of Swayman off the backboards. Came around the near side. Gensel poked it back toward the corner. Chernak laid it back down the wall. Point going to bring it back out toward the blue line himself, and now wheel it back deep. Around to the far corner. Jokiharju racing to be the first one there. He was. Middlestat played into the middle to Zadorov. And now Lettieri near his own blue line. Pass over toward Jokiharju, and he drives it in from the red line. All the way around the near side. Middlestat picked it off the wall. Got it to Lettieri, moving to the front of the net, but slipped away from it.
Yeah, he tried to redirect that to his blade of his stick.
And he took away a Middlestat centering pass. Chernak going to bring it ahead to the red line. Dumps it in. Swayman stops it. Backhands it to Peak in the far corner. Bruins moving right to left here on offense in the second period. Still don't have a shot in the period with more than 15 minutes gone. Off the near boards from Cirelli. Cut off by Lohrei.
Yeah, just they have not been clean coming out of their own zone at all.
Kucherov got one off the side of the net against Swayman here, and Sacco will drag it ahead. But his pass for Pasternak was knocked away. Cirelli got it right back to the Boston line, and back across they come. It's Kucherov out near the blue line. Gave it off for Hagel. He goes down against Geeky. Pasternak's got it. He's got some space up the right wing side. Pasternak to the right circle. Tried to get it across, and Hedman coming back made the defensive play. And now the Lightning try to answer right back as Hagel sends one across, and Swayman takes one away from Moser on the left circle. 4 minutes even to play in the period. Wotherspoon against Kucherov at the back of the Bruins net. Wotherspoon now wrestled up against the boards and to the ice by Hagel. Getting up, puck coming out from underneath them. Chernak at the near point, kept it alive. Over to McDonough. Back to Chernak. Center blue line. McDonough got blocked by Husnudinov. Goes up and over the net. Wotherspoon into the far corner. Husnudinov down to the hash marks to try to win that puck against a pinching McDonough. Brought along the end boards by Paul. He's already got a goal in this one. Centering pass, and Swayman makes the save on the shot from the far circle by Gonçalves. Paul, top of the face-off circle near side, runs into Pasternak. That freed up the puck for a clear by Laura. He's over 2 minutes on this shift here. Won't get a change as Bjorkstrand's right back in. Threw it in front, off of Gonçalves and wide. Gonçalves now to the near circle for Paul. Back up top. Radish gives off to the left circle, gets it right back from Lilleberg, and a shot, scores. With traffic in front, Radish threw it through the traffic, and Tampa makes it 4-1.
I mean, it's just the shift times. The Bruins can't get the puck past center ice. The one time they do is a rush. David Pasternak had the puck on his stick, tried to get it into the middle. That got taken away, and all of a sudden you're back on your heels again. And there's a wrist shot by Radish with how many different layers between the blue line and the net. I mean, it's just, he's got all kinds of time and space to get this shot away. You got
about
a Lightning player, five bodies, two Lightning players. Swayman never sees the shot coming in. He just made 3 great saves. Bruins still don't have a shot on goal in this period. You had guys out there over 2 minutes in that shift.
Yep. Tampa's got 16 shots on goal in the period. 2:35 to play in the second, and it's 4-1 Lightning. Brown sends it around behind the Bruins net. Zadorov will play it up the near left wing. Beecher trying to move it forward. They'll come back in his direction, gloves it down, gets around Gergensen, steps in across the line. Deals back along the far circle. Deals along the wall to Jokiharju, trying to throw it in front. That was blocked. It'll come back behind the net. Radish gives on to Gergensen's. Kastelik went crashing into Radish along the end boards. Kepke got bumped as he tried to glove one down away from Cirelli. Cirelli at the red line, able to direct one in on goal. Swayman hands off the peak.
I got to hear that. I got to hear Mock cheer. He's just made how many terrific saves in this period to keep this game, to try to keep it. You can't get out of your own zone and get a shot on, at least a shot on goal at the other end. At some point, they're going to break through.
You're being outshot 26-8 in the game. Here's Point with a shot that whistles wide. Gensel, far side corner. Peak, played in behind the net. Mitchell got it to the blue line, but not out. Moser, here's a chance for Gord in front, and Swayman makes the save there. Kepke got it to the blue line, but not out. Moser knocked it down. Point from the near circle, finds Hedman stepping in, and his shot just wide.
Wide open coming down the slot.
Back to the near side with 1:05 to go in the period. Gensel gets knocked down by Mitchell. Moser gloved one down. Bruins able to get that out of the zone. Braden Point circles back to get it here for the Lightning. Hedman will go back behind the net in his own zone here, shadowed by Middlestack. 45 seconds to go in the period. Tipped into the Boston zone on a long pass. Jokiharju had it, knock off of Cirelli, came out toward the slot. Zadorov angles it off the near boards and back to center ice. And McDonough near his own blue line. Chernak off the right side here for Hagel. Back into the Boston zone. Ridden to the boards by Husnudinov. Zadorov pivots out of the corner. Got it through Hagel, but got caught up in traffic. Cirelli at the blue line. He shoots a dipper back wide of Swayman on the glove side with 10 to go in the period. Bruins trying for one last rush here as Husnudinov brings across the line with Terry shoved down by Paul, and the puck will be cleared, and the Bruins will go the entire period without a shot on goal. And boos rain down here from TD Garden crowd as they now trail at 4-1 at the end of 2. We'll be back with our second intermission from TD Garden coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick. But just as helpful. and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary, flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo. And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Wrapped around the near side from Husnadinov to Lauko. Backhander across the ice finds Peak. Peak stepping into the Tampa zone, cutting all the way back to the right side. In front, Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm on a great setup by Peak, and the Bruins have tied it at 1. Bruins' only goal of the game so far, and that is our amazing play presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Bruins are trailing 4-1 to Tampa at the end of 2 periods back here at TD Garden alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. The numbers in that second period, the shots on goal were 20-0 in favor of Tampa. The shot attempts were 42-3 in that period. And Bruins were stuck in their zone for almost the entire 20 minutes. Shot attempts were 42-3 in that period. They are 67-18 for the game so far.
You know, first period ends and it's 1-1. You had a really strong finish to the first period. Last 10 minutes, give or take. good 5-on-5 play in that offensive zone. You're making Tampa defend, and Tampa was having trouble defending. And you were getting some good opportunities. You know, Sacco had 2 really good chances. And you come out in the second period, and right from the first shift of the second period, it was, I mean, Tampa just completely dominated play. They had the puck on their stick the majority of the time. When the Bruins had the puck, they could not get past the red line. It seemed like, you know, for the majority of the period. You had a good rush there with Pastrnak. You had numbers. You had 4 guys, and it really never materialized. It ended up getting broken up, and now you're defending. And I know you're looking at shift times right now. There were guys out there. I mean, average shift time that period must have been a minute and a half. Because second period, you can't get the puck past the red line. You're not getting off the ice. The skating wasn't there. The execution in terms of making tape-to-tape passes wasn't there. Beating guys to pucks wasn't there. Defending wasn't there. They got to the point where, so you get tired, you just flip the puck, and what's going to happen? Tampa's going to get it and come right back at you. They know when you're tired out there. I mean, you had some shift times that were over 2 minutes. Yeah, it was just, I mean, you can't have a worse. That was the worst period they've had all year.
Yeah, I mean, the first goal of the period. I'm just looking at Lorai's shift times. He was out there for about a minute and a half on that first goal of the period. The last goal of the period, he was out there for 2:23 before the goal was scored. And not picking on him, but just, you know, but you know.
That's the way that period went. You couldn't get off the ice. You were stuck out there for long shifts, and nobody's making plays. I mean, literally nobody. Turning pucks over, not defending well at all. I mean, I know Tampa's one of the highest scoring teams in the league at 5-on-5, and you know, and people want to, if you want to sit there and boo Swayman, just look at those numbers.
Right.
He made some unbelievable saves. Radish's goal went through everybody. It was a tip-in goal on the shot by McDonough. That was Cirelli's goal.
Right.
Paul's goal, the puck never even got through to the net. So Swayman's waiting to make the save.
It bounces right to him.
And it bounces to him. So, you know, if you're in your zone the entire period against a good offensive team, the puck's going to end up in the back of the net. You don't put this on. There are goals where you say, and last game was a perfect example, a couple goals in the first period, certainly you wanted to see saves. And he wasn't able to come up with them. Today I'm watching this, you just got completely, like I said, I mean, they did nothing right that period. 0. I mean, right? I mean, the numbers. Shot attempts 43-3 or 42-3. That's insane.
It just, I mean, as you said, they couldn't really even move the puck across center ice.
They couldn't.
And I mean, Tampa was on those shifts, those long shifts. They're able to reload their players and get fresh guys out on the ice against against a tired D crew that can't get to their bench.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many different ways you can say it, because it was encouraging the first period, the way that it's certainly the last 10 minutes of the first period, the way that it ended. They had a big penalty kill where Swayman made a couple saves on point, and then it went from that to the Bruins having a couple good shifts with the Pastrnak line in the offensive zone, where they generate some good scoring chances. The speed was there. They were beating the guys to pucks, negating icings. That you had the legs, and then the second period, it just disappeared everywhere. And your D are just exhausted out there trying to make plays, but you can't get the pucks.
Right.
And it just snowballed.
Well, they'll have to try and put something together here in the second intermission and see if they can get themselves back in this game in the third, trailing at 4-1. The second period scoring for Tampa, Nick Paul with his 20th of the year, set up by Lilleberg and Gonsalves at 2:13. Then it was Anthony Cirelli at the 7:22 mark, tipping in the shot by Ryan McDonough. And Yanni Gourde getting the secondary assist on that one. Cirelli with his 21st goal of the year. That made it a 3-1 Tampa lead. And then Darren Radish with his 5th of the year through, we said there were about 5 players lined up in front of Swayman. Never saw it. Lilleberg gets an assist on that one, as does Nick Paul, to make it 4-1 Tampa. That one coming at the 17:08 mark of the second period. So it's 4-1 Lightning after 2. And our music of the game is brought to you by Live Nation.
Got that power over me. My mind, everything I hold
Dermot Kennedy presents Mishnach, a festival of Irish music and culture here at TD Garden on March 19th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Second intermission here at the TD Garden. Tampa Bay Lightning leading the Bruins by the score of 4-1. We check our out-of-town scoreboard finals from around the league. Buffalo Sabres comeback win in a shootout over Vegas. The final there 4-3. Pittsburgh 7-3 winners over the New Jersey Devils. Washington Capitals 5-1 winners over the San Jose Sharks. Games in progress. Big one in Toronto. The Ottawa Senators trying to make it 6 wins in a row. They lead the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. That came late in the second period. Montreal has a 2-1 lead over the Florida Panthers, also late in the second. End of 2 periods, it's Carolina 4 and Philadelphia 0. At the end of 2 periods, the New York Rangers are leading the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-0. And at the end of 1, it's St. Louis 1 and Minnesota 0. End of the first period, LA Kings playing host to the Nashville Predators. That game is scoreless. Here at the TD Garden, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning leading the Bruins by the score of 4-1. We'll be back with all the third period action next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Ready to prioritize yourself in the new year? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toners, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting DimeBeautyCO.com. That's DimeBeautyCO.com. Your best skin awaits.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo. And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
This is a black and gold flashback.
Orr moves it around Howe up to Sanderson, back to Orr. All of a sudden, he's got running room. Getting around Harris, putting in. Fire! It's 3-2, and Orr is going to short-handed goal. His 100th point. That's Bobby Orr's 100th point of the season. No other defenseman in the National Hockey League history has ever done it. 2 goals and an assist. This goal is 27th, his 100th point of the 1969-70 season.
Tonight's black and gold flashback taking us back to this date in 1970. Bobby Orr had 2 goals and 2 assists in a 5-5 tie against the Red Wings and became the first defenseman in NHL history to record 100 points in a season. He would end that season with 120 points. It was the first of 6 straight seasons with over 100 points for Bobby Orr. Bruins trailing 4-1 as we get ready to start the 3rd period. Want to do a little trivia, Bearsy?
Sure.
So Bobby Orr, 6 times 100 points or better in a season. There are 5 other defensemen who have ever put up 100 points in a season. Can you name them?
Yeah, you'd probably take a pretty good stab at it. Phil Housley put up over 100?
He is not on the list.
Okay. Brian Leetch?
Brian Leetch did it in 91-92 with the Rangers. 102 points.
Sergei Zubov do it that year?
He is not on the list either.
Paul Coffey
did it 5 times. He and Bobby Orr are the only 2 in the top 10 all time. They each had 5 of the top 10 seasons point-wise all time by a defenseman.
I don't think Dennis Potvin ever did it, did he?
Once.
He did, okay.
101, 78-79.
I got one more?
You got 2 more. As the Bruins get the puck deep here, Husnudinov going to get it back to Jokiharju at the right point. Boston trying to rebound from a disastrous second period. And here's a shot, scores! Husnudinov just threw it to the net. Somehow it found its way in, and just 23 seconds into the period, The Bruins strike and get back to 4-2.
Good traffic in front by Lindholm. That's going to help this puck squeak through. They get there on the forecheck. And Husnudinov ends up all the way back near the blue line to get this shot through. Plays a little catch with Joki Harju out high. Just wrists it towards the net. There's some bodies there. This is the way Tampa scored in the second period. Right? Radish's goal. I think it took a second before everybody knew that puck went in. It just trickled through.
Off the post and in.
Oh, are they looking for goalie interference?
Referee over talking to John Cooper right now.
He's giving him a little time to decide. Now he's going to call a timeout so that they can take a closer look at it.
I don't see any contact between Lindholm and Vasilevsky.
It's either to look at it a little closer or to have his team hit reset here, because they've lost 3 in a row. They dominated in the second period. They built the 4-1 lead, and he wants to make sure his team's ready to play. But I can't imagine him taking it this early for that reason. They're looking at it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, the coaches are all staring down at the
We had this scenario
monitors in the
earlier
floor there.
And someone had asked me afterwards, can they challenge after taking a timeout? And they can. The answer is yes, they can. The rule was changed a few years ago.
You know, Cooper didn't gather his team around for a pep talk or anything like that. He's been staring at the monitor the entire break.
I'm going to do a read here, Ryan, because we had Zoe in here last, and the reads are built up here. Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Assists for Kids. Donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron.
So with 23 seconds gone in the third, the Bruins cut it back to 4-2. Husnudinov will get his second as a Bruin, 4th of the season.
Yeah, I don't think it clipped anybody on the way in.
Here's Gensel bringing into the Boston zone, and a chance for Cernak from in tight. Save made by Swayman. Cernak's got it back on his stick. Got it back toward the blue line, and a blast by Gord. Goes up off the back glass. Fired out of the zone by Geekie.
Pasternak was trying to get behind the D again.
Jump back in deep here in the Bruin zone. Gord.
That was defended a lot better than the last one was. McDonough ended up making a great play coming back, but he's been out there a lot with Pasternak.
Came back toward Vasilevsky. He steers it away to the far side through neutral ice. Gensel overskated, coming to the Boston line. It'll be dragged back the other way by Middlestat, but it's going to wind up offside.
You wonder, Middlestat had possession of that puck, and he kind of turned to make a pass. He put himself offside. Unless it puts somebody else up, because he had possession of the puck, and your feet can precede you. The puck into the zone as long as you have possession.
Joki Harju and Elias Lindholm giving the assists on Husnudinov's goal. Face off just outside the Tampa line. One back into his own zone by Cirelli along the far side boards, but Terry forced the turnover. Lori near the top of the face-off circle, battling to keep it away from Kucherov. Hands it off along the left side for Middlestat. Drags it back for a shot. That gets blocked, and off the near glass it comes to Hagel. Into the neutral ice. Cirelli to Kucherov's going to break down the middle. Backhander stopped by Swayman. Covers it up.
Well, so it's not the guy to leave alone coming in. Up through the neutral zone, and the Bruins stand up at that offensive blue line. Puck gets chipped out, and Cirelli zips this puck over to the right side of Kucherov. And Mason Lori trying to catch him. Kucherov protecting the puck, goes to the backhand, tries to go upstairs with it. And Swayman stayed with him.
Face off in the defensive zone, won by Beecher. Wotherspoon clears it off the glass. Radish backing toward his own zone. Errant pass comes over to Wotherspoon. Dumped in around the boards to the near side. Gord kicks it back down low. Hedman will move it around the far side, and Gergensen will drag it out toward the blue line. Beecher knocks him down, coming in front of the Tampa bench. Frees the puck up. Wotherspoon back of the Boston zone. Around the near wall. Hedman sends it back toward the Boston net. Wotherspoon off the far boards through both Beecher and Radish, and that'll go all the way down for an icing.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
2:06 gone here in the third. Tampa's lead is 4-2. Face off in the defensive zone for Castellic against Nick Paul. Off the draw, it comes back to Lilleberg. Stumbled at the blue line, poked away from him by Brown, but too much on it as Vasilevsky will come out to play it in front of the Tampa net. Bjorkstrand angled it back into the Boston zone. Jokiharju out of the near corner, up off the glass, and that's going to skip up into the crowd, out of play.
Lilleberg trying to move to his right. Brown, he's just a little quicker there. He can get that puck up the ice, but we're on the clean ice. He gets to it and kind of pokes it away, and it goes all the way down.
Face-off will be to Swayman's right. Lindholm against Paul. Elias wins it back into the corner. Zadorov comes around behind the net. Sends it out to neutral ice. Cut off there by Moser. Right back into the Boston zone it comes. Zadorov will bring it around in front of the net this time and to the far circle. Long pass across the ice. Tipped ahead by Lindholm. Busnadinov chasing against Lilleberg along the end boards. Back up the near wall. Gonsalves hit hard by Lauko. And a free puck to Jokiharju back in the Boston zone. Lindholm directs it one deep again. Lauko will get to it first. And he gets ridden hard to the boards by Lilleberg. Busnadinov wraps it back around the near side. Peek down to the hash marks. He set up Lindholm's goal back in the first period with a really nice offensive play. Busnadinov just inside the blue line. Throws another one to the net. This one ricocheted up and over. Back around toward the far side. Lilleberg first to it. Played it to the blue line, but not out. Pasternak cut it off. Here's Geekie off a feed from Sacco. Ripped one. And that one goes up and over. 3.5 gone by here in the third period. Chernak pass on for Gonsalves. Moved it up the left side point, cutting in across the Boston line, knocked away. Free puck at center ice. Geekie's got it, carries it, gives off to the right side for Pasternak. Shot it wide to the short side.
Yeah, that turnover catching Tampa in a line change.
Zadorov threw one in front. That one blocked out there by Hedman. Comes out through neutral ice. Gord hit hard by Zadorov and knocked down. Jokiharju stops behind the Bruins net. Back around the near side, poked off the wall. It came to Cirelli. Gord back in the net to Gensel. To Moser out at the right point. Hedman fired it into the far corner. Ricocheted right to Zadorov, and he shoots it out of the zone, but that's going to go for an icing unless Geekie can beat it, and just a half a step shot.
Oh, keep going. Bruins hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
15:48 to go. 4-2 Lightning. Face off in the defensive zone here for Geekie. Off the draw. Lightning have it. Kucherov turnaround shot blocked. Loose puck in the slot. Zacha backhands it to Pasternak, and off the near glass, and out it comes. Geekie chasing Radish deep into the Tampa Bay zone. Near side, Hedman disrupted by Geekie and able to clear the puck. Hagel fires one across the ice. Kucherov couldn't catch up with it. Back loose in the neutral zone. Kucherov skates back and retrieves. Hedman near his own blue line. Pass picked off at center ice by Koepke. Bounced off of Kucherov. Batted out of the air. Cirelli near the red line to Kucherov and backed it up to Hedman. Lightning moving from right to left here in the third period. Hagel knocked off balance by Lohrei. Lohrai's got the puck out of the far corner. Gives to Koepke.
Four-man rush.
Koepke coming through neutral, cutting toward the right wing side, trying to get around Lilleberg. Does into the corner. To the back of the net where Lohrei was there, but poked away from him. And Hagel will backhand a floater all the way out to center ice. Lettieri loves it and pivots away from Gonsalves before he dropped it.
Tampa wanted it. They were yelling for it on the bench. That should have been closing your hand on the puck.
Lilleberg in his own zone here. Gonsalves pass through neutral ice across the Boston line. It's Bjorkstrand to the near corner. That tripped up against Mitchell. Wotherspoon waited for Castellic. Off the far boards past Moser and up ice. Gonsalves just whips it back through neutral, and that's going to be an icing here against Tampa Bay. Let's pause 10 seconds now for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub. Station.
Along with Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. We're at TD Garden with 14:12 to go here in the third period. Bruins trailing Tampa Bay 4-2. Elias Lindholm and Marat Husnadinov, the goal scorers for the Bruins. Puck gets through Jokiharju and out of the attack zone. Come back towards Zadorov in front of the Bruins bench. Cross-ice pass finds Hedman instead. And Gergensen will lift that back deep into Boston territory. And Jokiharju go hard to the end wall. Zadorov around the near side for Lauko. Fires a pass across to Husnadinov along the left wing side. Pulls up just inside the line against Mosier. Gets the puck to Lauko. Into the corner. Lauko and Lindholm collide with each other, but Lindholm stays with that puck. Fires it back to the point man, Jokiharju. Husnadinov back to Jokiharju. Angled it wide of the net. Came back out in front, and Lauko had a chance at it, but couldn't get a shot on goal. Now here's Zadorov from the left circle. His shot off the end of the glove. And the puck will be cleared out. Lauko back in the neutral ice along with Zadorov to settle it. Husnadinov drops it back here to Zadorov. Zadorov skates it up toward the red line, angles it off the far boards, looking for Geekie, didn't connect. Point plays it back to that far side for Gord, but Lohrei wins it back. Pass misses Zaka. It'll be dumped back in here by McDonough. Swayman's loaded up. Lohrei comes around the net toward the near side circle. Throws a pass out to center ice. Pasternak to the left wing side. Cernak sweeps that puck in behind the Tampa net. Pasternak pursuing into the near corner. Zaka got a piece of it as well. Comes out toward the blue line. Geekie battling with Point. Instead the puck out to the red. And batted out of the air by Cernak back toward the Boston zone. Geekie gets a feed from Pete. Steps right back into the Tampa zone. On the near boards, Pasternak against Gensel, just inside the line. Puck frees up to Cirelli. Will drag it back toward the Boston zone. Firing a pass across here for Gensel. Shot toward the outside of the net. Around the far boards and Perbix. Kucherov from the blue line. Straight on shot. Hit a body in front. Jokiharju battling in front there with Cirelli. Kucherov out near the blue line. Gives it off to the right side. Hagel gets it back to Moser, center of the blue line. Again to the right circle for Hagel. Down low, Kucherov tried to whip it in front. That was blocked. Pasternak will play it into the Boston bench, and that'll bring us to a stop.
That's one way to get a whistle.
11:44 to go here in the third period. Tampa 4, Bruins 2 on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary, flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
11:44 left in regulation. Bruins trailing 4-2 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Threw out a trivia question earlier in this period, other than Bobby Orr, who on this date made it to 100 points in his season for the first time of his 6 in his career. Who are the other 5 defensemen who have ever accomplished a 100-point season? Paul Coffey, you named, Brian Leach, and Dennis Potvin, all on that list. You're missing 2 more.
Okay.
Face off just outside the Boston blue line, and the Lightning control it. Driven deep here by Radish. Around the near side it comes. Gonsalves got it back to the back of the net. Wotherspoon to Koepke and on to Lettieri cutting through neutral ice. Right wing the pass comes to Middlestat. He'll backhand it deep. Lilleberg rushed by Lettieri. Up the near boards, and it'll be sent out into the neutral zone. Dumped right back in by Wotherspoon. Lettieri tags up to get back onside. Vasilevsky left it along for Lilleberg. Bjorkstrand will send it deep into Boston territory. And then fights his way out in front. A chance for Paul on the doorstep. It's gloved by Swayman.
John Carlson didn't do it, did he? Washington?
No.
Had some high-scoring teams when they were winning.
We were talking about Cale Makar during the break. Feel like he'll do it one of these days. He's got 90 last year was his high of his career so far. Face off to the right of Swayman. We'll say there is one active player on the list. Zadorov takes it around the far side. Up the right, the pass comes to Kastelik. He fires a shot in on Vasilevsky. Blocker save. Thrown back toward the net as well, and that one slipped just wide. Jokiharju back down deep. Beecher on the far boards. Helps to keep it free. Zadorov gets it off the back of the net. Hedman will chip it toward the near boards, and Gord gets it out. Beecher toward Kastelik. Couldn't connect there. Point poked it back into the Boston zone. Gave it away to Zadorov. Bruins scored inside of the first 30 seconds of this period to cut it back to a 2-goal lead after having gone the entire second period without a shot on goal. Susnadinov.
This kid's had good energy today. He had good energy in the first. I mean, nobody had energy in the second. But
here's Peak off a turnover to Lauko, and it slipped away from him as he tried to set up a shot from the slot. Into the air, gloved down by Lilleberg going behind the net. Pressured by Lindholm coming to the near corner. Off the far wall, Kucherov got it to Hagel. Husid center ice. Lauko sends it back toward Husnadinov, but Kucherov back checking to make a play on him. Back to the Boston blue line. Hagel shoving with Zacha. Hagel able to get that puck free, sends it across ice. McDonough started to pinch and then had to cut back. As the puck came out of the zone, Peak found Pasternak. The Bruins couldn't get it moving quickly enough as Pasternak had to play it back deep. It ricochets off a leg and back out through neutral ice.
yeah, just happened a couple years ago. Erik Karlsson.
Yep. 101 to the Sharks in 22-23. One left on the list. Jurgensons will play it deep. And a misplay behind the net by Zadorov, but the Bruins survived that. The puck came squirting right out in front of Swayman. And Pasternak fires one into the Tampa bench this time.
Yeah. Not going to throw it into Boston's bench this time. We'll go to Tampa's bench.
We'll take a break. 9:01 to go. 4-2 Tampa Bay leads it on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers Expert Assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out. so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Bruins with 4 assists tonight. With those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation has donated another $400 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. 9:01 left. Bruins still down by 2. It's 4-2 Tampa. Face-off just outside the Boston blue line. Won by the Bruins. Off the near boards with Terry. Tips it deep. Into the Tampa zone down to our right. Koepke sends Moser off the boards hard, but Moser comes away with the puck and brings it out toward his own blue line. Wide pass finds Hedman. Sent deep into the Boston zone. Peak to Lohrei, out of the far corner to Casey Middlestead. Peak laying it up the right side. Too far for Terry, and that'll be an icing.
Good effort by Hedman to reach for that puck. Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Dave Beersy, a little hint during the break. The one remaining defenseman that we have not named who had a 100-point season is in the 90-91 season. As Peak lobs one out of the Bruins zone, and that one's going to go for another icing. One of the great shooters of all time.
Al McGinnis?
That's him.
That's all you had to do is say that.
103 with Calgary in 90-91. So Orr 6 times, Coffey 5 times, McGinnis, Leach, Potvin, and Carlson are the 6 defensemen ever to do it. Free puck in the Tampa zone. They start up ice here with Chernak. And that pass will go deep into Boston territory, but it'll be an icing against the Lightning.
Yeah, we've had a few icings here in the last couple minutes. Boy, Lauko had a good chance. That puck centered for him. Usladinov has had some really good jump in the first period and the third period. And that line has been one of the more effective lines for the Bruins. It has been the most effective line for the Bruins. And they're out there again for this offensive zone faceoff.
Usladinov had 2 goals and 7 points in 57 games with Minnesota this year. He's got 2 goals in 4 games as a Bruin. Face-off win here by Lindholm. Wotherspoon holds it, lays it down the wall to the back of the net. Usladinov got knocked to a knee. Fired out of the corner by Paul. Brought out into neutral ice and floated across ice. Gonsalves chasing, but now peels back as Wotherspoon gets it. 7:50 to go. Bruins down 2. Wotherspoon off the dump in. Near corner, Lilleberg will back it up. Cirelli from the far circle. And up ice it comes, and that's going to be another Tampa ice.
Well, we'll finish it up. WellPoint is proud to honor our hometown heroes all season long. This week we're honoring Officer Nestor Santos from the Springfield Police Department. To learn his story of sacrifice and resilience, and to nominate someone making a difference in your community, visit 985thesportshub.com/heroes today.
Face-off in the offensive zone. Bruins only with 3 shots on goal in this third period. Tampa's only got 3 as well. They lead 33-11 for the game. Radish sends the puck up the far wall, taken off the boards by Pasternak. Zacha got it back to him, moving to his right. Ricocheted onto Zacha, moving in for a backhand shot. And Vasilevsky makes the save.
Yeah, high-level play, though. Had to get that puck, pull it between his skates, and kick it up to his stick, and then go to the backhand.
Kucherov in the Boston zone with a cross-ice pass, taken away by Pasternak. Outlet for Zacha, bounced away from him. And now Pasternak able to win it back from Kucherov near the red line. Lifts it into the Tampa zone. McDonough going into the near corner. Spins away from Sacco. Up the left side to Hagel. Steps to the Boston line in the middle. Left it for Kucherov, cutting toward the left wing circle. Kucherov fired it all the way across the ice. It ricochets back toward the point man, Chernak, who threw one in front. That pinballed around, and Bruins will move it up ice. Geeky sends it deep, and Lorai's in there deep to get it.
He had Lorai coming right up the middle of the ice that time. I know Geeky needed a line change, but Lorai was fresh.
Middlestat now behind the net against Chernak. And now Hagel. Hagel got it to Glendening. And off the far boards and up ice. Gonsalves was going to get to that puck first in the Bruins zone. Peake gets a bear hug on him in the far corner. 6:20 to play. At the hash marks. Bergensons against Kepke. Bergensons goes down. Gonsalves tried to keep it moving. Kepke a takeaway. Lettieri cutting toward the right side. They'll float one into the Tampa zone, and that one just goes for an icing.
Well, Terry arguing his case, but he was before the red line, and whether he was saying that Tampa could get back for that puck or not. There's been a couple of those that just can't quite get back.
That one by Hedman a few minutes ago. He started to reach for it and then realized, maybe I should leave that go.
Now there's some discussion of who should be on the ice for the Bruins right now.
Well, they've got 6 skaters out there right now, so officials talking this over. Middlestat is going to be the guy who gets sent back to the bench. Lindholm will be out there to take this face-off. Now the Lightning deciding where the face-off's going to go here. They were going to line up on the near circle, and instead they'll go to the far side. And now the officials coming over to double check and make sure that they've got the right personnel out there.
Well, the puck was dumped so slowly that there's probably a line. The guys were going on and coming off. This defeats the whole purpose of it anyhow. It's supposed to be a quick face-off. You can't get a line change. Tired guys have to stay out, but at this point, everybody's out of breather.
The official still talking this over here in the official scorer's booth. So it's like somebody's got to leave, and it's Elias Lindholm.
He's the one arguing. So.
Right. So Middlestat, who had been sent off, is now coming back on. And now they'll move the face-off back over to the near circle. Better than a timeout. Face-off win by Gord. Hedman from the left point throws one to the net. Steered aside with the right pad by Swayman. Gord back of the net for Gensel. Jumped away from him. Mitchell to Kepke. Just gets it out across the blue line. Mitchell will get onto the bench, as will Kepke for replacements. Point drives it back into the Boston zone. Gensel along the near wall. Rattles it around to the far side. Held into the point by Radish. Gord out of the corner, finds point, far circle. Back to the near side, it comes to Hedman. Throws it in front, redirected just wide by Gord. Usnadinov to Middlestat and lobs it out of the Boston zone. Bruins will get a full change here with 5:20 to go, but down by 2. Forced back into the Boston end. Bjorkstrand giving chase. Jokiharju will come out toward his own blue line. Deflected pass through neutral ice. Lauko fighting his way deep into the zone here against Radish. A poke toward the near corner. Bjorkstrand.
So they're looking at Swayman already coming out of the net.
5 minutes to go. Down 2. Gonsalves brings back into the Boston zone. Zadorov chased him to the far wall. Paul toward the back of the net. Lauko there for the Bruins. Gonsalves kept it in. Bjorkstrand over to Chernak, a drive. Zadorov blocked that. Usnadinov's clearing effort in turn blocked by Chernak. And it gets through Paul and back out into neutral ice. McDonough just coming on from the bench will play it from center ice. Drags it back into the Boston zone. Lindholm had it briefly but couldn't clear. McDonough along the near boards will play it down toward the circle. Hagel. Dug at by Pasternak. Lindholm swats at it. Puck came toward the slot. Kucherov was there. Now Paul with the puck on his stick.
He's at the end of his shift. He had a good chance there.
Pasternak reached in to take that puck. McDonough with a drive, and that one is held by Swayman. We'll take our last break here with 4:09 to go in the third. It's Tampa Bay 4 and the Bruins 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers expert assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
4:09 left. Bruins trailing 4-2 here to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Bruins will be back home here at TD Garden on Monday night, St. Patrick's Day, against the Buffalo Sabres at 7 o'clock, where they embark on a 5-game road trip. We'll start in Vegas on Thursday. Face off in the defensive zone here for Elias Lindholm. And it's won by the Lightning. McDonough from the left point, threw one toward the net. Kucherov redirected. Swayman's got it covered.
They've done that a lot today, right? Getting that shot from the point. You got a couple guys, defensemen with a couple points each, and puck just wristed towards the net. They've had bodies there all game. That was Cirelli there that time. Swayman's got to fight his way to find it. He never really does find it as it changes direction on the way in, but he's in good position to make that save. And
he'll be headed to the bench in short order, you would think, if the Bruins can get going up ice. And Lohrei from the red line will drive one in around the boards.
Sacco wants to see possession. He's got a battle anyhow, so here he goes. He went to the bench. Swayman did.
Extra skater on as a puck in the far corner of the Tampa zone with 3:42 to go. Geekie had it on his stick, trying to find somewhere to go with it. It comes free. Kucherov's got it. Gets it on to Hagel coming out through neutral ice. Lohrei trying to catch him, but Hagel will deposit it into the empty net from just inside the Bruins blue line and make it 5-2 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they win that battle deep inside their own zone. Tampa does, and that's how they get this puck out of the zone. And Kucherov's going to make a nice pass into the middle here for Hagel, and then it's a foot race. Hagel and Lohrei, and Hagel just calmly on the backhand throws this puck home.
Be his 31st goal of the season. Talked about him earlier. No power play goals as part of that.
3 shorthanders. I know he's got some
shorties,
empty netters. Yeah. He's out there. He's got good speed. I'd say it's a career high, 31 for him.
Yeah, 30 and 26 the last couple of seasons. Puck in the near corner, knocked away from Husnudinov by Hedman. So 3:12 to go. It's a 3-goal game. Tampa comes back into the attack zone here with Ward sending it around behind the net. Point. Thrown in front by Gensel all the way back toward Hedman. Fired toward the net. That one blocked off toward the far corner. Point along the far wall takes one away. Hedman back down toward the corner for Point. Pulls it back out toward the blue line. Turns with it. Brings it to the hash marks. Gives to Gensel a shot. Kicked away by Swayman. Zadorov grabs the rebound. He'll peel back in behind the Bruins net. Just about 2.5 to play in a rapidly emptying TD Garden. Pasternak dumps into the left wing corner. Swayman's going to go to the bench. They're going to try it again. At the back of the net. Sacco on the seat of his pants. Geekie pulls it free. Gets it around the boards to Mitchell at the right point. Over to Wotherspoon. Jumped off his stick. Way down into the corner. Lindholm will keep it moving in behind the net to Zacha. Right circle, Geekie. Plays catch with Zacha. Geekie's got it again. Zacha out of the corner. To Geekie out at the point. Over to Mitchell. One-time blast. That's blocked by Gergensons. Geekie out near the right point. Mitchell to Wotherspoon. Far circle to Pasternak with 1:45 to go. Trying to force it in front. Instead on the end boards against Chernak. They'll come back to Mitchell at the right point. Wotherspoon. Pasternak try to one-touch it for Zacha. That was picked off. And it's lifted up and out of the zone by Gergensons. 90 seconds left. Off a dump in, Vasilevsky going to shoot for the empty net. Got it through neutral ice, but well off the angle. Jokiharju back to try to play it. Had it taken away. Cirelli shooting for the empty net. That was blocked. They come in behind and on to the near side. Hagel to Hedman. His shot hit the post from out of the blue line. And now one in front for Hagel, and Middlestat knocked that away before he could shoot it into the empty net. 56 seconds to go. Kucherov wide angle shot got blocked by Lori. Came back through the crease. Here's Hedman left circle. That shot gets blocked. Hedman will try again, and that one ricocheted off Cirelli and looked like off Lori as well on its way in. And it's 6-2. That'll be the second goal of the night for Cirelli. This becomes the 11th time this season that the Bruins have surrendered 6 goals in a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... Tampa's got some of their big scorers out there, too. And if Kucherov wants to be out there, he's going to be out there. But you're going to pull the goalie? That's Alex Ovechkin. How many?
There's Kastelik just inside the Tampa line. Puck taken away from him. Final 30 seconds of this one. Bjorkstrand shoots one into the far corner of the Bruins zone. Glendening gets it back deep. On the near side, it'll come back to Radish. 15 seconds to go. One-timer by Glendening off the heel went well wide. Beecher just chips it up ice through Radish, and a rolling puck comes back into the Tampa zone. So on the strength of a second period that was absolutely dominant, the Tampa Bay Lightning will cruise to a 6-2 victory here tonight at TD Garden as the Bruins drop their second in a row. We'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
McDonough over to the far side. They set up for Gord. Moving toward the left wing circle, down into the corner, back up top for McDonough, shot, score! The redirect on its way by Cirelli, and Tampa makes it a 3-1 lead. Back here at TD Garden, where the Lightning with a 6-2 victory here on the Bruins home ice, and it was really all about the second period.